Why do you build me up, buttercup baby, just to let me down, mess me around, and then worst of all, you never call baby when you say you will. But I need you still, I need you more than anyone, darling. You know that I have from the start. So build me up. Buttercup, don't break my heart. I honestly don't even know if those are the lyrics.
That was that was beautiful, and I just love Paul. Just sort of everything about that to me was great.
That sums up this whole podcast. You and I are over here doing our zany stuff, and Paul is just tolerating us and coming in with corrections and facts.
Yeah, basically, yeah. All right, well, let's get started.
Guys, it's good to be here.
Yeah! Feels, you know what? It feels good to be back. Paul?
I'm sorry, don't you guys just do nonsense and then we get on to the show eventually?
Okay. Let's get started then. Hello and welcome to the Countdown Movie Show.
Yes! Paul is not wrong, by the way. Where we count down to the sequels of the greatest movies of all time.
From Star Wars
to Indiana Jones.
To Ghostbusters,
and
dogs and cats, living together. Sorry.
That's okay. And so much more.
This time we're counting down to
Paul? Paul? Where'd he go? Justin? Where is everyone?
And we're back.
What the blip was that?
I don't know. You guys just disappeared, but I'm so glad you're back because we're here to continue our countdown to Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm Sean Blodgett of Creative Motion Entertainment.
I'm Paul Preston of The Movie Guys.
And I'm Justin Bowler of The World.
And today we're talking about Spider-Man Far From Home. This movie takes place after the Marvel blip, so maybe that's a good place to start. But first, what news do we have on Spider-Man Brand New Day?
News.
That joke never gets old. I'm just going to continue to do
it. Today in Muppet News.
Kerfloogie.
First off, Paul, why don't you tell everyone about the record that it recently broke?
Oh, sure. Yes, it broke a record for Thursday sales.
Oh, well, I mean...
Not just Thursday sales.
Okay,
pre-sales altogether.
Okay, good. Because I don't know. You cued me for a fact I wasn't ready to say.
You were the one who told me about this. You texted me. You're like, hey, you better get these tickets soon because it's already broken the record for the most amount of ticket sales. Pre-sale tickets. Spider-Man, Brand New Day star Tom Holland says he is working to bring Miles Morales into the MCU.
Wait, are you serious?
We don't know how he's going to do that. How does he do that? I don't know.
I keep saying there's a very simple way to do it, and that is at the end of the next Across the Spider-Verse or whatever, at the very end, he falls back and we fall into reality and it's a real person and he looks at his hand and he goes, oh, and we don't hear the end of the word, and then we cut out just like the rest of the Spider-Man movies. That's the way to do it, people.
Spider-Man Brand New Day's second trailer launch is the second biggest of all time with over 500 million views.
Oh my God.
That is crazy.
Wow. I'm excited but I'm excited that it's a movie. a movie that got 500 million views and not Mr. Beast. Although Mr. Beast is a good guy, but
he's a fine guy.
Yeah.
Is he? Well, he has wonderful things to say about you, Paul.
So, he talked about me?
Yeah.
Yay.
He did. He was like, that Paul guy, he's pretty nice. I mean, he can be snarky, but no, he's nice.
Yeah. Other than that, not a whole lot.
That's pretty much. I mean, the movie's
other than there's spoiler stuff coming out that I don't want to talk about.
The movie's coming really fast, and I'm getting excited. I've mentioned that I was kind of apprehensive about this one.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling better and better the more I see of it. The only thing that gives me reason to pause is that it does feel a little reminiscent of Spider-Man 3 in terms of, he's going to like dark places and he's going through this sort of change, which is, I guess, kind of reminiscent of Spider-Man 2 and 3, because doesn't he have like a whole moment in 2 where he's kind of struggling with stuff? And yeah, I don't know. So makes me wonder.
Probably isn't much more to hear right now because Disney didn't want to screw with the opening of Toy Story.
Right.
Toy Story 5. You know, I mean, I'm sure they wanted to they could have put out a lot of cool Spider-Man stuff right when Supergirl opened to kind of screw
Right,
with DC,
right.
but
Yeah.
with Toy Story still out there, it's like, let's just not have Disney overload, wait a couple weeks, and then I'm sure the hype up will begin again and take us right through July 31st.
I'm sure.
Did you guys see Toy Story 5?
Yes.
It's beautiful, right?
I mean, Pixar you can count on most of the time. They've only had a few flops. But the Toy Story franchise is a lock to count on. I mean, it's incredible. It's amazing. And you sit there going, is this going to get me? And then it gets you. Then they have a line or two that just, I mean, that kind of story work is unparalleled in Hollywood.
You
Yeah,
want to know
I
something that'll
agree.
put me in movie jail?
What?
I haven't seen Toy Story 4 yet.
No, I don't think that puts you in movie jail.
No, I do.
No.
Yeah. Well, how about this? I own it, but I haven't watched it
Oh my
yet.
God. But
That puts you in like
will enjoy it
movie
so much.
purgatory, maybe. I don't know.
Here's the thing. I found myself I couldn't get excited about it because 3 was so good. 3 was so good. Yeah. So good. All I have to do is start talking about the parts that I liked in 3, and I start tearing up just talking about it. So how could 4?
Because
how could it top that?
I saw when I saw it with a Q&A beforehand. Well, introduction more, I should say, by the producers, and people said they've told us, why are we making this movie? You know, because didn't the story end with 3? And they said Andy's story ended with 3.
Yes.
There's more story for Woody.
Yeah.
And now Toy Story 5 is a lot about Jesse. So I don't know. Maybe we'll have these breakout. And Lightyear obviously was what
We can
that
have a
was.
Toy Story verse.
But maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that it goes back to they continue to want franchises. They
Wow.
want this
Yeah.
to keep going as long as they possibly can. And if that means they reboot it and the toys go to a new kid or whatever, I am interested at some point, will they make the ballsy move of doing a Toy Story with all new toys? You know, introduce completely new characters.
I don't think Pixar would do that.
You don't think so?
Not under
think
John
it's
Lasseter's
unnecessary.
watch.
He's not there anymore.
He's long gone.
Yeah,
I know.
he's been. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. But he's still alive.
right.
That's right.
Solid point.
Also,
I mean,
Solid point. You know, and I don't think Miramax is going to make a superhero movie, not under Weinstein's watch.
ouch.
Well, he's still alive.
Ouch.
yeah. I mean,
Ouch.
for now, yeah.
Going back to franchises, Sean. If we don't have, this is a
A franchise show.
This is a
Although
franchise show.
although one
hot
of the
take,
reasons,
newsflash, hot flash, no more franchises, no more countdown.
no, I
News
don't.
tape.
I don't agree at all
News
because
tape.
one of the reasons why I was excited about us exploring other names for this show was because I like the idea that it's the countdown movie show. We could do a countdown to
A new song.
No,
Oh.
I'm talking about we could do a countdown to a first movie, but go back and look at other movies that director, did, or other movies that
I've
were
got a
writ-
great idea. The next Harrison Ford movie that comes out, let's go. Let's watch all of the Harrison
Son of a
Ford
bitch.
movies
Here
we
leading up
go.
to it. And we call it, wait for it, we call it Ford Fiesta.
You son of
Bam!
a bitch.
It might have been done.
You son of a bitch, you.
When that appeared on the cover of, because for those of you that don't know, the movie guys, Paul Preston and the movie guys, have been doing the Ford Fiesta, literally reviewing every single Harrison Ford movie that's ever been made. What movie are you up to?
Patriot Games.
So how
Oh.
many have you done?
Wait, you're still going? I thought
is
you were
that,
done like a long time ago.
No, we've been doing it for a while,
Yes.
but we're
God.
not done. No.
It's not easy.
We
He
get
has a
to
lot
it
of
when we get
movies.
to it. And he's been in like 60 movies. So
Right.
we're up to like 25 now.
But what I was going to say is that, so I was like, Ford Fiesta? That's the most brilliant name for a series celebrating Harrison Ford ever. And then, of course, the cover of the last SAG magazine, Screen Actors Guild magazine, it just said, Harrison Ford, celebration of him, Ford Fiesta. And I had to take a picture and send it to
He
him.
had his Lifetime Achievement Award, so they
Yeah.
took it.
Yeah, that's it. Now, was there anything?
But they're done
you've
with
seen
it.
all
We're gonna
these.
keep going with it.
You've seen all these films with. Well, I
No,
know this is
that's
not a
another-
Harrison Ford show, but I just want to digress for a second and ask you what has been the biggest revelation about Harrison Ford? Because I have one that I noticed that I went, oh, that's an actor tick, and now that I've noticed it, I can't unnotice it. So
Oh, he's got a few of those.
yeah.
I'll tell you 3 quick things. The first is we did the show to also not just rewatch some stuff, and like Witness is a fantastic rewatch, and so is The Fugitive. But like to see movies we haven't seen. So I've never seen Paranoia, so I will see that when it comes.
I've never
out.
seen Paranoia.
And there's like 7 movies Ford did before American Graffiti. And
I've
what
never
are
seen
even these
Frantic.
films?
Wait. There's movies he did before. Well, I know the one where he's like a bellhop.
Yeah.
Right. But there's
Well,
others.
he was in like a hippie movie. He was in like 2 westerns.
What?
Well, he was in the studio system, so they just stuck him in these movies, and so they're
Did
fun
he
to
have
watch.
main parts in those westerns?
No.
Oh.
So you're waiting the whole... Well, in Journey to Shiloh with James Caan, he kind of... He was one of the gang, the Western gang they hung around with.
I recently
Willie Bill.
rewatched Cowboys and Aliens. And I love him in a Western.
Yeah.
He's just so good. He's made for Westerns.
1923 is
Yeah.
outstanding. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But the other thing... What was the other question?
I just was curious.
Revelations.
Any revelations or
Yes.
takeaways that you didn't know about him before doing this?
Yeah, those 6 or 7 movies before American Graffiti. But also, he was in American Graffiti, The Conversation, Star Wars, and Apocalypse Now, and Raiders of the Lost Ark. So there's close to a decade of him being with the most groundbreaking directors of all time.
Yeah.
Right.
And so the deeper we went into learning more about those films, the more we realized if those guys hadn't stood their ground as brilliant directors, the studios would have not made or ruined all those movies.
Yeah.
So we have the greatest movies of all time because those directors were just so steadfast. You know, it's I want to make American Graffiti, and George Lucas, can you help me out? And so Francis Ford Coppola says, I made Godfather, here's some, and that was a hit, here's some money. And so, he comes around to Apocalypse Now. I made The Godfather and I can't make Apocalypse Now. George Lucas like, hey, I made Star Wars.
Yep.
I got money. Let me help you out. And so they just got each other's back, and it was incredible that they made these amazing movies when the studios really tried to ruin them every chance they got with stupid notes and bad and threatening to pull the plug left and right. It was just terrible.
What is the worst note that you know of from a studio on any of those films? I know we're putting you on the spot, okay. I'm just curious because go ahead, Justin.
Well, I was going to say, do you think George Lucas right now is like, thank God I didn't put up any money for Megalopolis or...
Right.
Wait a second.
And if so, Paul, what would it sound like if George was upset about that?
I don't have a vineyard, so I don't have the money.
Wait a second. Clearly, you both have seen Megalopolis.
No.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No,
did you?
I didn't
You
see
saw
it.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hate it?
I didn't like it. No.
I
Hate. I always will give you a pass for your ambitiousness, your ambition swing, but it didn't connect with me.
I thought there was so much there. It's messy.
No, totally.
But I felt like there was so much there, and the one thing I actually loved about it was that I felt like I was watching an art piece. I didn't feel, that's probably maybe what some people don't like about the film, but I really felt like I was watching something really artistic. He was really trying to say, I think the biggest problem with that movie is he was trying to say stuff that we kind of already know about society at this point. That we're like, I kind of know what's going on. I get it. I think
this movie was 20 years too late.
Yeah, like
20 years ago, this would have been a great idea.
I think it would have been like, oh my God, is this gonna happen? Like, and we're like, you watch this movie and you're like, well, this is basically happening right now. So.
And I don't know where the money is on the screen either, considering he like went broke with his
special effects.
180 million, something like that.
Have you been seeing these? So he's been releasing these, and I think there's a documentary coming out that's the making of Megalopolis.
It's Megaduck.
Oh yeah,
and
Megaduck.
Megaduck. It's all about ducks.
Megaduck would be so awesome.
It would be awesome.
Oh my God.
But I think he's trying to recoup some of that money by releasing this documentary, and some of the behind the scenes is really scathing. I mean, it's just like, ooh,
like in what way?
Just. You can tell he's just exploring and he's just trying things. And I think in the beginning the actors were like, yes, of course.
Yes, you're
most
Francis
famous
Ford
director.
Coppola.
We're going to
Exactly.
do this. And then maybe halfway through they go,
hey, this is what I want you to do. I want you to lift her up in the air, and I want you to toss her over the cliff. Do that for me,
He speaks just like Mario from Super Mario.
Is that your Italian?
That's my
Anyway,
Mario.
He's a great Swedish chef.
Back to do you have something? Finish this up.
I'm going to finish this up because you give him a pass for taking swings. Speaking of taking swings, I finished Spider-Man Noir. And
Oh, you finished it? Because I did watch half, I think. I've watched half.
I will rewatch this probably 2 or 3 more times.
Ooh, what?
First off, I love film noir.
Yeah.
And I love how film noir-y it is, right down to even they throw in just like, back when they didn't know how to make films, and they were making all these film noirs back in the 40s, and they were like, nah, it's a really cool shot if we have a puddle and there's a light reflected in the puddle and then someone steps in the puddle. So the shot doesn't do anything. It doesn't help you. It doesn't give you anything. It's just a standard trope of film noir.
Right,
and they literally go to the trouble of putting that in.
Of course, nowadays it was probably shot separately as a plate and composited together in post.
Probably. but to that end of what you were saying, this series, Nicolas Cage has never done a series before. This is the first time he's doing it, and it's just like the thing that I love about Nicolas Cage, and I always have, is whether you like his choices or not, he is swinging for the fences with every single one. Every single choice. And there are choices in this where you just go, that is... I didn't see that coming. That's out of left field. That's not even out of left field. That's out of the left ballpark. That's out of the left city. That's out of the left town, left universe.
It's not even the same sport.
Right, exactly. You give me 100 options of things that I think Nicolas Cage is going to do with this line, and I'm going to get through 100 before I get to what he just chose to do. And it's spectacular and wonderful. Now, I'm going to say this. I wish it were a younger Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is, I looked it up,
60,
he's 63.
63.
He's 63. Nicolas Cage is 62. Tom Cruise is 63. The difference in how those guys look. Anyway.
What?
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Yes, Tom Cruise is a year older than Nicolas Cage.
What?
So I'm watching this and I'm just like, I wish this were I wish it was 20 years ago. I wish this was a 42, 45-year-old Nick Cage. It would like if it was, leaving Las Vegas, Nicolas Cage, this would be spectacular.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, he's still great. It's just that there are times you see Nicolas Cage and then the spider comes out and it's like, that's clearly not the same guy.
I have seen, I think, 4 episodes. I've loved every one of them.
Yeah.
I really enjoy the storytelling. I agree with you on the film noir stuff. It's just fun to watch a mystery.
Yeah.
It also, too, they really take their time getting him to be Spider-Man or Spider Noir, whatever I guess the Spider Guy or whatever.
Right.
I don't know what they call him in the show.
Spider.
The Spider, yeah.
The Spider.
They really take their time getting there,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I really, really like that.
Well, that's noir. Noir is long and slow. It's like a Western. It's
Yeah.
long and slow. It's a slow burn.
I mean, honestly, that is one of the things that I miss from older films that we'll probably never get back is things taking their time. You know, easing into a journey with a character and not feeling like you got to rush. Not feeling, okay, by 10 minutes in we've got this and by 20 minutes in we've got that.
Netflix will never approve your film if you want to do a long, slow burn. Did we talk about why Nicolas Cage did the Spider, but did Spider Noir? Did we talk? Was that my conversation with you guys? I was wondering if it was on this show.
I don't remember. I remember we have talked about the show.
He did not want to do. He doesn't do television. He's like, I don't want to do television. And then his son, he got the offer, and his son showed him the scene from Breaking Bad where Cranston is just staring at the suitcase for like 3 minutes and mumbling, and sometimes he would say something to the suitcase. And he said, Dad, this is television. This is what they do now. It's this. And Nick Cage was like, all right, I'll do it. And you see that. You see him getting to take his time with things. You see his mind calculating.
Yeah.
And then you see these crazy effing choices that just come out of nowhere where you're like, I can't explain it, but I love it.
Well,
and no one else in Hollywood would have made that choice.
And it is Lord and Miller as producers, right?
Yeah.
So does that mean they're showrunners?
That's a great question. They're EPs.
Yeah,
I don't know that they're showrunners.
Usually an EP is a showrunner on a television show.
Yeah.
That's usually what that title actually is.
You want to give me some hold music and I can find out? Maybe some Spider-Man hold music.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can, spins a web any size. Does anybody know the next part? Can't you see?
Catches thieves just like flies.
Oh, he catches thieves just like... I never
knew that. Give me a quick second. I'm going to call a guy who knows.
I thought it was...
Hey, ChatGPT! Who is the showrunner on Spider-Man Noir? Sorry, Spider Noir. You'd think I'd know the show.
You haven't said it correctly yet until just now.
Steve Lightfoot and Oren Uziel. Oren Uziel created the series, wrote the pilot, and serves as co-showrunner and executive producer. Steve Lightfoot, he joined later as a co-showrunner. He's also known for being the showrunner in the Marvel series The Punisher.
So Lord Miller just kind of overseeing.
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
that's really interesting.
They had him in Into the Spider-Verse, so
yeah. Well, and they're working on the third one of that,
right.
So I'm assuming.
But I mean, that's where
Wait, is this going to connect?
Cage.
Oh, is it going to connect? That'd be so fun.
What if at the end of it he gets sucked into a portal and he becomes animated?
Whoa. Oh my God! If that's really the ending, I'm going to be bummed, but also
because
excited.
I just ruined it.
All right, we should probably. What are we at? Yeah, we're 21 minutes in. Let's go to our synopsis.
Hey!
Let's talk about Spider-Man Far From Home. Shortly after the cataclysmic events of Avengers Endgame 2019, Peter Parker is yearning for normalcy in a post-blip world. To blow off steam, Parker and his classmates from the Midtown School of Science and Technology go on a 2-week summer field trip to Europe, and this time he is determined to ask his crush, MJ, out. However, Nick Fury, the no-nonsense founder of the Avengers, has other plans in store for the 16-year-old superhero as the Elementals, all-powerful interdimensional creatures formed from the primary elements, start to materialize on Earth, wreaking havoc across the world. Surprisingly, only one man has stood up against this new form of threat and managed to tell the tale. Mysterio, a brave new hero. As humankind's latest adversary threatens to wipe Venice off the face of the earth, Spider-Man joins forces with Mysterio to lend a hand in the battle, only to make a calamitous mistake. In the end, was Tony Stark wrong about Peter? Only you can find out when you watch Spider-Man Far From Home. Anyway, there you go.
There it is. Hey, did you write that?
No.
Oh, I was going to say, because that was particularly short for you.
Yeah.
I was trying to pick the longest one on IMDb.
Exactly.
All right.
Released
in Extenco, Mexico, Nick Fury and
Released July 2nd, 2019. Director was Jon Watts. He did Skeleton Crew, The Old Man, Wolves, starring Tom Holland, Samuel L. Jackson, Jake Gyllenhaal. Budget was $160 million. Opening weekend. Any guesses?
Oh, wait. Let me get my.
You can't look it up.
Of course I can. You looked
That's
it up.
not as fun.
All right. I won't look it up.
Opening weekend.
Opening weekend.
I don't know what opening weekend was.
It was July 4th weekend.
95 million.
Close. 93 million.
93 million.
Ended up domestically making 391 million. Worldwide, 1.133 billion.
Yeah, that's become par for the franchise.
Right off the bat, I will say I don't think this movie is worth all that money, but it was the first one after Avengers Endgame. So I mean, there you go.
And
everybody's coming back. Right?
It is the first one to earn over $1 billion, right? That's what came up in my.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what the net profit was after all that?
Sure.
Estimated net profit for the studio after theater splits, marketing, and talent participations, $339 million.
That's it.
Yeah. The other thing too is like these crazy marketing budgets, right? So you said the production budget was 160. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Yeah. Did you see the marketing budget?
No.
$140+ million.
So 300 million
for a movie you already know is coming.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, it also does kind of show what has to go into these movies to make them as big as they actually get, right?
Yeah.
It's not just by happenstance, because there's always this argument about marketing and advertising, because that's so much of what I'm doing these days is marketing and advertising. But this idea that you have to keep advertising Pepsi or Coke or whatever. Like you have to keep. It's not like you'd be like,
McDonald's is number one because they keep advertising.
They keep advertising, and I think they use that same sort of paradigm with these movies. They're like, we have to keep this advertising going and going. And it's interesting too. I feel like there was a moment when we were doing the Tron movies, and we talked about some of the cool things they did to promote Tron. And ultimately, the movies don't ever necessarily completely deliver, but some of the things they did to promote it were so innovative and interesting and cool. I feel like they've abandoned all of that and go, you know what? That's just too much work. Let's just
Right.
go back to
Exactly.
let's just go old
Let's
school.
just do a
Let's
commercial.
just do yeah.
I saw Supergirl last night, and in seeing Supergirl beforehand, the commercials that play before the trailers start, it was a commercial tie-in for Supergirl and some makeup, and they literally had Millie, right? Millie out there. She's putting on as Supergirl, putting on this makeup, Ulta or whatever it was. I don't remember. And I was like, wow, okay, that's a tie-in. Immediately following it, Toy Story has a tie-in with something. And I was like, oh my God, like they're running the commercial. Like these are huge with the voices doing, I was like, this isn't part of the movie. This is stuff that they actually came out and did extra. I thought it was crazy.
It's interesting you should bring up such a thought.
Yes.
Because this film, Spider-Man Far From Home, is most famous for its joint promotional campaign, which shattered industry records. Brand partners including Audi, Dr. Pepper, and United Airlines providing a staggering $288 million in promotional media value, surpassing even Avengers Endgame.
Look at that. I mean, that takes care of your marketing budget right
Yeah,
there.
there it is. Yeah, right, you're right about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just fascinating. Yeah. You want to go into some more? You got some more?
Well,
because I've got stuff, but
I was going to say there are some interesting things since this takes place immediately after the blip. I was going to ask you guys a few, or after the snap, and then going in, and then after the blip. Yes. Go
okay.
ahead.
If you're going to ask questions, let me get into a few things, and then we'll go into questions.
Sure.
I just thought it was interesting because we, all three of us, and correct me if I'm wrong, are sort of on the fence on this film, right? Like, good film, but some issues, or am I alone on that?
I am of the opinion that it has one big flaw.
Okay.
And now that I knew it was coming, I really enjoyed this screening of it. And I said, you know what? That flaw, I knew it was coming. It didn't disappoint me as much. Everything around it is pretty enjoyable. I actually had a good rewatch of this.
Okay, go.
It'll be interesting to see if we have the same thing, because I felt the same way. I'm not saying this is a great movie. What I am saying is that I was able to enjoy this movie a lot more and appreciate many more of the things that they were doing once I got past my major hiccup with the film.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, my buddy Adam at the Movie Guys always says something like that because he'll argue his favorite movies to death, and so you didn't like you didn't like that the robot said Roger Roger in Phantom Menace. Oh yeah, of course there were those other 2 hours and 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
So I can kind of take that with this and say, there's that one thing I didn't like, but overall, I mean, I enjoyed it much more this time.
I mean, he brings up a good point when he has
go.
that point of view. Like every other moment except for that, you loved. So yeah,
mine is a major flaw.
Yours is a major. Okay. Well, the reason I bring this up, and are you going to talk about Rotten Tomatoes? Because I want to steal something.
Nope, go ahead.
The Rotten Tomatoes score is like 90%. So I mean, people and I wanted to do like sort of just the basics of like what the critics said, and this film was really well received. People thought it was charming, and thought it was a great high school teen comedy. Reviewers universally loved the awkward, endearing romance budding between Peter Parker and MJ. They praised Jake Gyllenhaal's performance. I mean, so it was funny. Like when I read all of this, I was like, okay, maybe I'm just being too hard on this movie. And also, my son loves this one. Like he really enjoys this film. He really enjoys this film. So anyway, that I just thought that was really interesting. Go for what you got there, Justin.
I was going to say, I wanted to ask a few questions. These are just true-false questions to see if you guys, how much you know about the snap and the blip. All right. For example, if I were to say the term the blip refers to the moment when Thanos snapped half the universe out of existence, you would say true or false?
True.
I would say true. And like the kids in the opening video of the movie.
You did not listen to what I just said.
Oh.
Because you both got it wrong.
What?
For example, if I were to say the term the blip refers to the moment that Thanos snapped half the universe out of existence, you would say...
that's false.
Right.
Wait, why would we say that?
The snap is when everyone disappears. The blip is when everyone comes back.
Well, I didn't think he would refer to the snap.
Oh, wait a second. See, now I honestly didn't know that differentiation.
You're going to be terrible at this.
The snap is the snap. The blip is the
return.
period of
I just thought the snap was like it's just he snapped his fingers.
Well,
it's just
weird
referring to
weird.
that. But wait, but I thought that the whole thing was called the blip. Like from
That's
the
correct.
snap to the end. That's just called the blip.
That's correct.
Right.
But when you're asking what's the snap that causes people to disappear for 5 years, you can't use the word snap in your question about what this is, because that's the answer.
This is true.
Wait, so you can't.
So
So,
I
the
heard
blip
snap
and the
and I went,
snap
well, he
are
couldn't
not.
possibly asking about
the
the
blip
snap
and the
is-
snap
why
are
would
not
you mention it?
interchangeable.
What's that kangaroo called that keeps his babies in a pouch and is a marsupial?
Captain Kangaroo.
That's right. All right. Let's continue on, and hopefully you guys aren't too perplexed by the rest of these. True or false? People who returned from the blip came back in the exact location where they disappeared, even if that location had changed.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, I think so.
It's actually...
Wait a second. If you say that's false, that doesn't make any sense in Far From Home, because there's literally a moment where they show.
They come back and somebody gets hit with a basketball.
Yeah.
Would you call that danger?
Wait, what?
Would you call that danger?
Danger?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying
You said
people
did
who
they
return-
come? Did they return to the
Right.
same place that they left?
Yes.
That was the question.
Okay.
Am I wrong about that?
I did say come back to the exact location where they disappeared, even if that location had changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the answer is false. Bruce Banner's snap is understood to have safely returned people rather than placing them in dangerous locations. So if you were in a building
Oh, I
and
see
the
what you're
building's now
saying.
gone, you weren't returned to the 24th floor that's no longer there.
That was always my question. Was like people in an airplane,
Yes.
right?
Right.
Like you snap and they come back.
Airplane's gone. They don't
Yeah.
return to 45,000 feet.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, great,
snapping
we're
and
back.
Like, this is raining people. Wait.
Yes.
Where is this explained?
This is a great question. I don't have the answer.
That sounds like a bunch of hooey to me.
All right, hold on. Let's call.
This is our first hooey call out on our show's history.
Because the Infinity Stones obey the conscious intent of the wielder, Bruce Banner specifically programmed his snap. The snap isn't just a button press. It obeys intent. So it obeys intent. Marvel said he deliberately wished for everyone to return safely, protecting people from fatal accidents like falling from mid-air airplanes or reappearing in solid objects.
But again, does that explain where that's explained in the movie?
Okay, let's see where we go.
I mean, these are just the things that drive me batty when it's like, well, of course, because it was, it's like, if I didn't read that comic, that was always my question. Well,
according to Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige, the Stones operated as a universe-scale supercomputer. And that did the unsnap in Avengers Endgame.
Have we started the quiz?
Managing the return of trillions of beings while simultaneously editing their localized coordinates to prevent mass casualties required monumental processing power. Endgame put everyone back.
okay.
So that was according to
All right.
Feige.
Well, all right.
All right.
Good justification, guys.
All right. So, do we need to go down this rabbit hole for every single question?
Well, let's just see.
I disagree.
Let's just see, Justin. Let's just see.
Holy crap.
Let's see how well you do at a hooey-free quiz from here on out.
Let's just see what else you got.
Peter Parker and all of his closest friends were blipped. True or false?
True.
Yeah, true.
That is true. Steve Rogers was blipped.
No.
No, he was not.
He was not. False. Some of these guys.
Hey,
they're
let
not
me
trick
let me
questions.
answer. You can't jump. You're the one asking the questions. You don't jump in with the answer. You're sitting right there.
That's too easy. You know what? Never mind. I'm going to ask it. The events of Spider-Man Far From Home take place immediately after everyone returned from the blip.
True.
All right. That's a trick question. Because define immediately.
Well, okay, yes. Okay, did it take place after?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
I have my listening ears on, everybody.
Thanos survived the snap that caused the blip. True or false?
True.
The snap that caused the blip?
Yeah.
True, yeah.
Okay, that is true.
Every
True or
mess that he
false?
snaps
So
shit.
what have I done?
Marvel has officially stated exactly how many people returned during the blip.
I have no idea.
Oh, I'm going to say true.
Sure.
False! It's understood to be half of all life in the universe, but no exact number has been officially given.
Oh, I thought we were just referring to Earth. Dang it.
Finally, true or false? Peter Parker returned from the blip, believing only a few minutes had passed.
That's true.
Paul?
I have no idea. You came through the wormhole and I forget.
It is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the end.
That was amazing.
No, it wasn't. That was horrible.
That was great.
No, I thought it was good. No, I actually am interested.
That's shame because you're the editor.
I do find I do find that it's interesting that they have
I had to stop a spit take just now, by the way. That was really difficult.
I do find that it's interesting that they have justified that. Okay, so he snapped and he was going to put people back in a safe place. I mean, that's good though. I'm glad because I always had that question.
There are other questions that arise. This was covered in the comic book, never covered in the movies.
Oh,
and it was, why wouldn't Thanos just double all the resources in the universe rather than take half the people away?
Oh, because he's an asshole.
Not just because he's an asshole. He thought it through.
Oh, because ultimately that would still end in people needing stuff?
Yes. He thought the people would squander it and they needed to be taught a lesson. The survivors.
Yeah. Okay.
Isn't that wild?
I mean, in terms of bad guys, Thanos is one of the more interesting ones.
Yes.
You know.
Also, for two reasons. One, because older Thanos has a plan. It's inevitable and he wants to do this. Mm-hmm. Young Thanos is the Mad Titan. And he's just got a score to settle.
Yeah.
And F everybody. No, this is what I want to do and don't question me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. All right. What else we got?
Let's go to some pre-production.
Oh, I got some behind-the-scenes stuff, too.
Yes. The script for this film was written before Endgame was finished.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm
sure
glad
is.
about that. Yeah.
Yep. They knew major plot points without seeing the completed film, but it was absolutely finished before they did it.
Did you guys have a favorite scene in this? A favorite Spider-Man moment?
No.
No?
No.
Nothing that...
My favorite moments were between Peter and MJ.
Yeah. Zendaya's so good in
all
this.
of my notes just go back to how good they both are at so believable at these are teenagers who are awkward but have big feelings and they just don't know what to do with them and they're trying to dance around how do we and putting, reaching out, verbally but then retracting because they didn't get the exact response they want. And it's so charming and lovely and wonderful.
Yeah.
And it was like, makes me remember what being a teenager was like.
Yeah.
All of my notes, I just keep going back to how great they were together.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned that a lot of the positive reviews on Rotten Tomatoes talked about it being a great teen comedy, and it's totally that before perhaps it's anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. I mean, that the first one was a coming of age story as well. So it's just like they focus on that before they do anything else.
Well, it's tapped into a great sense of humor for the whole new trilogy, elevating what it had been in the previous Spider-Man franchise.
Right. It's not about a superhero. It's about a guy who happens to be a superhero. But first and foremost, he's just a teenage kid.
The other thing I really love is his reluctance of becoming more than the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He even refers to that when he's talking to Nick Fury and
in the press.
He
specifically says, "Does anybody have any neighborhood questions?"
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah. And he's just like, I don't know, and he's just so endearing in those moments.
Very.
And also, I was thinking about Sally Field from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and what she said about playing Aunt May and it being a very one-dimensional character. And the Aunt May in these movies, I think, is a very multi-dimensional character. Marissa Tomei, obviously the script was great, so that helps a lot. But she also does such a great job of adding these like little dimensions and isms and things. She reminds me a lot, and I don't think you've seen this movie yet, but Big Hero 6.
Yep. We talked about that.
I mean, the Ant in that movie is very similar to that style of character, and it just reminded me of that same kind of thing. But she's so great in it. So those kinds of little things add to the reality and the feeling and the emotion and the journey of it all. Like, even though I still kind of stand by that I don't think this is my favorite of the Tom Holland Spider-Mans. It's still a really good movie.
I'm going to disagree with you on that, but we'll get to that later.
Okay, all right.
And it is interesting when Marissa Tomei took the part over, people were like, "Oh, that's interesting."
Yeah.
But when you think about how old the ladies were playing his, and like in the first trilogy,
of course,
you're like, "Whoa, how old is his how old was his dad? Like,
Well, that
this
always
is not Grandma May, and
Yeah.
they got an old lady play. He's supposed to be 16. I mean, it's crazy.
Although in those
this actually works out, I think, better time wise.
in those Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire, I mean, that's true to the comic Aunt May.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so that's what's
But then you
so.
gotta
But
think,
it's
why is she
still
so
weird.
old?
It is weird
Yeah.
because it's like, why is Aunt May so old? What is
Right.
that? What the hell
Was she
happened?
30
Was she
years
really
older than his dad?
or was she just like 40s, but she just looked like hell because of everything she'd been through?
Taking on a teenage kid when you haven't had kids before ages you, Sean.
Well, also, if you go back to that original storyline, that what was it? The parents were supposed to be working for
Yeah.
Nick Fury and stuff like
Yep.
that. So maybe that aged her. I don't really know, but
You are correct. Of just like they said, it seems like it was a conscious choice that they said what worked in the previous movies and what didn't. How can we make things different? Okay, let's give Aunt May something to do. Let's have her know. Let's have her be a woman who, likes people, flirts with people. She flirted with Tony. She flirts with Happy in this,
Yeah.
A lot of that. Here specifically, they said, we've seen Spider-Man in New York. We've seen him in several cities. Now we want something different. Let's take him to Prague. Let's take him to Venice. Let's take him to London. Let's put him in the Alps.
well, one of the things that came out in some of my research was this idea that they, after Endgame, they wanted to pull away from this like bigness, this darkness that had been over these movies. I was just watching Infinity War again the other day, and I was struck by how dark that movie gets.
Yeah.
It gets really, like, I love Empire Strikes Back. I talk about that a lot. And I think that movie's really dark. I definitely think Infinity War's darker.
Yeah.
Like, it gets really, really intense. So I think it was really cool that they, not only did they decide to find a way to lighten it up, but they were like, let's physically get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's go to Europe. Let's do all that stuff. And I in the research, they did actually go to Europe. They shot a bunch of stuff in Europe, which is so cool.
And they
Love
turned
that.
it into a road trip comedy.
Yeah.
They specifically said, Feige said that he wanted it to be European vacation.
Yeah.
He's like, it's a road trip. We hit all these things. We have new adventures in all these different cities. And sometimes the same thing happens in every single city, but a lot of times it doesn't.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Sam Jackson brought his signature edge to Nick Fury, who is later revealed to be the Skrull Talos. Do you know anything about that? What is the Skrull Talos?
He's one of the Skrulls.
Is he one of the Skrulls?
I mean, Nick Fury isn't really, no.
No, I don't know why this is in here. Anyway,
Wait, say that sentence again.
It says that Nick Fury is later revealed to be the Skrull Talos. Is that from
So
something?
Talos is one of the Skrulls
Yeah.
in the Captain Marvel verse of sorts.
Exactly. They're the aliens
I
that they
don't
can
think
look
that-
like. They can look like us?
This is an AI
He
mistake, I
presents,
think.
he
it
pretends
is.
to be Sam Jackson at some point.
Right. We see him at the end.
So he.
The entire movie, it's not Sam. Because then in the
That's what it's
in the end
referring to.
credits-
The moment in that when he's pretend. Oh, got
Yes,
it.
the whole
Okay.
movie we find out
Got
it
it.
wasn't Sam, and then we find out that Samuel L. Jackson's been up on the I mean, it's not the Watchtower because it's not DC, but on
Right.
the Skrull spaceship, home base spaceship up there the entire time.
Right. Okay, yeah, you're good. You're
But
good.
I gotta say, I forgot about this movie more than
You're
had a
not
bad-
wrong on that one.
Had
I
a
gotta
bad
tell-
opinion about it. But one thing I forgot was that he's in this.
Yeah.
I
Right.
love Nick Fury.
Yeah.
So that was great.
I
I've only seen-
also did not like the opening sequence. I went, "What the hell's happening?"
Yeah,
I literally did not remember that opening sequence at all.
yeah. There was so much. I've only seen this movie once. And after I decided I didn't really like it, I moved on. I didn't bother going back. There's so many great movies to watch. I own several Marvel, and I watch them on airplanes all the time. So I just rewatch them because
Toy
they're
Story 4.
fantastic. Toy Story 4 is a great example. So I didn't.
I did want to say that I thought it was fun that Nick Fury did Sam Jackson ad-libbed a bunch of the lines, when he's like impatient with Peter and all of this
Right.
stuff. Of course he did. And on the behind the scenes stuff, there's when he gets on set, he's like the elder statesman.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's like the guy that everybody looks up to, like, hey, he's coming today. We're going to do a scene. And even Tom Holland's like, did he intimidate Peter Parker a little bit? Yes. Did he intimidate Tom Holland a little bit? Yes.
But also, I love that, like, several times you see it in this movie. Nick Fury does not attempt, really, in the end a little bit, he does not attempt to be a father figure for him. He treats him like he treats every other soldier that is underneath him. And you can see Tom Holland just not dealing with that. It's
Yeah.
like, I can't handle the weight of the world.
Right.
He says several times, I just want to be on vacation.
Yeah.
I just want to go and, talk to this girl and do the thing. There's a plan. Yeah. And Nick is having none of that.
Okay. One. We're going to talk about some plot points that we have questions on, and I'm going to start right out of the gate. Early on in the film, there's no setup for him liking MJ. If you go back and you watch Homecoming, he's with the other girl.
Yeah.
It's all about the other girl. Now, he's acquaintance friends with MJ. She's kind of the girl that's there and makes snarky comments and whatever. But there's no...
You're saying we never saw that development.
Right. And so right at the opening, he's like, I'm going to ask MJ. And we're like, my son actually brought this up because I was like, yeah, you're actually right. I don't remember this. Now, I think it's fine as a storytelling device that they just set it up and we just go with that and we yes-and it. But there isn't really a setup, although you could argue that clearly he has a type because she looks a lot like the other girl, which I've mentioned before, but
I'm also going to say with the problems I had from this film, I didn't get down that far in my list of questions about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
we assume time passed and maybe some flirting happened. Yeah. Maybe
I'm with that.
But
yeah.
Also, who's the girl who was the co-anchor of the news?
Oh, the blonde girl.
Yeah.
Yes. Ned's.
What's her name?
What is her name?
Blondie.
McBlonderson.
Well, we never saw Ned and Blondie lead up to their relationship either. Suddenly, they had a relationship.
You're right. I mean, it was them sitting on the plane.
But they met on the plane, and there's, yeah.
Sean, while you look that up,
huh?
I'm going to bring up that, as you recall from our own podcast, that Jake Gyllenhaal was almost Spider-Man years and years before.
Yes.
True.
Betty. That's the blonde girl's character name. Betty.
Where was the build-up to Betty and Ned's relationship?
Well, I mean, she sat next to him, and they had a little chat.
Okay.
And,
I love Zendaya in this, by the way.
She's fantastic.
She's super funny.
I think
All the lines she
Zendaya.
has are super funny too.
Zendaya she's a superstar. She's a true movie star. She's elegant, and but she's also like accessible in an emotional way. Like I don't know. She's just awesome.
Personally, I don't know anything about her. And I kind of appreciate that.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's about, or I know she married Tom Holland. That's it. She's not plastered out there, and so although she's all over fashion, everything,
right?
She's not like a personality that I am, overbeared by, if that's a word.
Yeah, yeah. No.
I mean, if you're overbeared, then you're looking below at a bear.
That's right. I find myself overbeared here today. What was I thinking climbing in this tree?
One of the purposes of this movie, according to Kevin Feige, was Peter isn't just fighting villains, he's grieving. It's all about his grief. Mm-hmm. Grieving the loss of Tony Stark. The movie asks whether he wants to become the next Iron Man and ultimately conclude that he needs to become his own version of Spider-Man first. But dealing with... This was supposed to be the last chapter that takes place after Endgame. This is our denouement, if you will, after Endgame takes place. That was all according to Kevin Feige, which is interesting. Yeah. I mean, then you give us one of the world's greatest cliffhangers at the end. And I will say, I did appreciate that. That is one of the world's greatest cliffhangers
Did
of all time.
you see the behind the scenes of how they kept that secret?
No, go for it.
They fully kept that secret literally till the end. Didn't even tell Tom Holland until shortly before they were going to film it. And so he had no idea, and they kept that under wraps.
That's fantastic.
But is it Beck who says the line, "How can you believe in others if you won't believe in yourself"? Something like that.
I don't remember that.
Maybe.
Great line, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It was a good line.
Great line.
Yeah. No, they specifically talked about in one of the things that they really wanted him, and Jake Gyllenhaal does bring this. He brings an honesty and a sincerity, obviously, because he's fantastic. Yeah. But he also brings an edge. And they wanted people to trust Mysterio. I did like how Mysterio got his name from them.
Yeah.
I thought that was fun. Of just no, it's Italian.
Yeah.
Literally means man of mystery. No, Mysterio.
All right,
and
Mysterio.
then, he says it later.
Yeah.
He's like, Beck, Mysterio. I thought that was fantastic.
I also like that in general, we get this sense that Fury is like, I don't know how much I buy this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's there and he's doing all this stuff, and he's like, something.
Right. Right off the bat, going back to Peter's grief, right at the top, we see Peter with the weight of the world perched on the rooftop at night.
Yep, looking at the Iron Man image.
Yeah, looking. There's, and he carries that throughout the entire film, and you see the pressure get to him and get to him and get to him. But I do love some of the levity. One of which that I actually had to write down was the writers coming up with Peter Tingle.
Oh my God!
Is it your Peter Tingle? Come on, don't call it that. And then Happy to respond later on. Is it the Peter Tingle?
But I love that it's not just a joke.
No,
that it's a setup that gets paid off at the end.
Yeah,
I mean, and then by the end he even accepts it. He's like, yeah, all right, get your Peter Tingle or whatever he says.
Yeah, but there were so many moments in this film that I really did enjoy, and it was all based around character interactions that had nothing to do with our basic storyline. I loved Ned and Betty. At one point, Ned does something super cute towards while it's the first time we find out that they're together and they became a thing on the airplane. And it's so simple. Ned just touches her nose. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, that is just 150. Like, I think I did that when I was 15, Yeah. Like, it just so wonderful.
Now we don't even sit together on the couch.
Right. I love that. I loved I love Zendaya and Tom. And I enjoyed watching the flirtiness of Happy and Aunt May. Yeah. Like, all those things, funny. They just got them right. They were funny and they were awkward and they were hopeful. Yeah. And charming and lovely and real. And then we get to the
funny.
And funny.
I'm in love with Spider-Man's aunt.
Right.
Yes. Well, I thought we were all sharing, right?
I thought we were all sharing. Fantastic stuff. This is the weirdest thing to say. My biggest flaw, the hardest part I had with this film is that all of this is created by drones. Mm-hmm. Okay? So it's crazy to say that in a superhero film, they pushed my suspension of disbelief too far by creating all of these illusions with drones.
That's been my complaint about the film as well.
And I still hold that. Like, that is a major flaw. Like, you don't have a movie if you get rid of that. It's a complete rewrite. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Okay? But at the same time, seriously, that's my problem. I don't buy that.
Well, and there are things that don't connect. Right out of the gate, in that very opening sequence in where it is, Mexico, right?
Yeah.
Mysterio shows up and he does the thing.
Yeah.
Right? And he's there. And we're meant to believe, in my mind, he's there. He's got to be there physically.
Yeah.
This can't be a projection of him
if he's going to
because he's going to meet Nick Fury
right afterwards. Yes.
So, I mean, I guess they had all the projections around him and they're on him. Like you know what I mean? Like there's moments where like it's like the suit is getting projected on him and all of that stuff. And I'm like, this is so much.
It's so much
that we have to believe.
It is right.
And
when he shows up to Nick Fury, it's not like he went over and shook his hand. He just said, you might want to step aside for this or something. And they probably put on his show.
Right.
And then he walks out in costume afterwards and says hello.
But still, at some point, no one, with all of their gadgets and instrumentation, if they're trying to take readings on this elemental creature from another universe, at no point did they go, you know what's really weird? There are like a bunch of flying heat signatures all around him, but like on the inside.
Right. Right.
They're metallic in nature.
Right. Yeah.
And also, no one else could have figured out that's how he was doing it.
And also when he does the thing at the end with all of the drones that are from Stark's deployment thing or whatever, there's no other satellite that says, we have a bunch of drones
There's
launching.
No one checking anything?
Nobody's,
right.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff
I said,
like that.
It's crazy that in a superhero film, I will believe that this guy was, had an overdose of gamma radiation and turns into this giant green monster if his heartbeat gets too high and he gets angry.
And he's always angry.
But if you put drones in the sky to make an image, I go, nah, I'm out.
Yeah.
But honestly, I am. Like, I don't know.
That to me is the biggest flaw of the film.
Yes, which is a pretty big flaw.
It's a big flaw.
Now, I can talk about things. I'm sure why the writers said, no, we could do this. We could do this. Because if we now buy into that, if we buy into it, I didn't, but if you do, now you can create any world around somebody that you want. You can have the nightmarish visions that Scarecrow has for Batman.
Right.
You know, all of a sudden Peter's in a nightmare and he doesn't know what is real and what is happening. Right? It could be. It looks interdimensional. It looks like the comic. All of a sudden, all this stuff happening. But once again, I'm not buying the premise.
Does anybody know if that is how the comic? Is that how he is in the comic as well?
With drones?
I mean, is it magic in the comic?
Magic.
Oh, it's magic in
Yes.
the comics.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to do magic. They decided to make it. Oh, I see.
I guess if they're saving Matt, you know, Doctor Strange had been out by this point, but I don't know.
By the way, on my vacation that I just got back from, Spider-Man was playing quite a lot, of course, on television. I think it was Spider-Man 2. There is a moment in Spider-Man 2 where J. Jonah Jameson says something about Doctor Strange. And he says, "No, already taken."
Oh, that's funny.
And I was like, "Oh, are we meant to believe that there's a Doctor Strange in that?
Right.
Back
As
in
a
the day,
name for Spider-Man or something?
yeah, it was a name for like the
Or Doc
one
Ock.
of the Doc
maybe,
Ock, I think.
probably.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Doctor Strange,
yeah.
taken.
We are
Yeah.
with my sons. We are going through the Marvel universe. We watched Winter Soldier today.
Oh.
and they're talking about the targets. That they're like, no, the algorithm figures out who the target is, and they're like, what? Who would the targets be? And they said it could be anybody. Could be Iron Man, or Steve. They call him Stephen Strange because in the timeline it hasn't happened yet.
Oh.
But they do mention Stephen Strange, and then they talk about it could be a kid, you know, somewhere in Montana, you know, and they're talking about the algorithm. But both of my children went, do they mean Doctor Strange? I'm like, I'm sure they do.
Wow.
Yeah, I just thought that was kind of
That's
fun.
interesting. Yeah, I just even when I saw the film originally, I remember being disappointed.
Yes.
By how they were explaining his powers.
I agree.
I remember going, "Oh, it's all an illusion," and now I just don't care.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I felt gypped. And when I originally saw the film, that's why I think I remember not liking it as much, because I literally just felt gypped. Because in the moment, because I still kind of feel like if you would have had him just have powers, if this would have been a real thing, even if he turns out to be a bad guy,
Right.
I think I would have enjoyed that story more. And I think you still could have told the story about. You could have told the same story, really. I mean,
Right.
Peter could have still had the glasses. He still could have like not felt like he wanted to do. You know what I mean? You could have had the exact same story. You just don't do it with illusion tech.
Do you think they were just so in love with the backstory that they came up on with like Peter Billingsley's character? They're like, no, he was in that one scene, so let's turn him into the major tech guy. We make him the guy in the chair. And I don't know. Because even that scene where we find out it's all an illusion.
Yeah.
We get all of our motivation and all of our backstory in a 3-minute speech to people.
Yeah.
Which is just
Thank you for blah blah blah.
Right.
It was like,
I'm like, this is filmmaking 101.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Why is this
Yeah.
in the film?
And that's the film's biggest flaw, in my opinion. Because show don't tell is rule number one for movies. And he just
100%.
goes through a whole speech to tell them, i.e. us,
Yes.
their whole plan. And I don't know how long they might have, worked on it to come up with something better. But what they left with just, let's say everything everybody did in
Yes.
a toast so the audience knows what we did is really weak.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it's just...
And you created the tech that does it. And here's to so and so. Yeah,
Right.
we're like, oh my
and
God,
then,
after
and then
a while.
here's to you for making the costume.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I mean, and she's like there's literally drones with like guns and da-da-da, and she's like ringing him like, do you still need the suit? Do you still need me to press it?
Right.
Yes.
But I do like.
Press
it
the
sounds
suit!
like you did not, but I guess I'm different than you in that I
you.
enjoyed the backstory of all the. I like them going back into the other movies and picking characters who then come out against Tony after his death. It's kind of like going in and finding jaded workers who have to
Right.
put New York back together after the Battle of New York, which they did in the last movie. I found all that interesting. But
I agree
the
on that.
speech was terrible, a terrible idea.
Yes.
Gyllenhaal did his best with it, but it was just awful.
It was the going back that I'm talking about, where I say, I can see in the room, the writer said, no. Get this. What if we pull people from scenes and we bring them back and they're disgruntled people? Billingsley had that one scene with Jeff Bridges. Come on, he can be our guy in the
I don't understand. And you didn't like that.
I no. I appreciated that they did that, but I think that's what led them down the road to know this drone thing can work.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I had no problem with.
You didn't have a problem with the drones?
No,
and the
not really.
technology? Oh, okay.
All right.
No,
So
I mean,
your
like, they set
your
it up-
biggest flaw was only that speech?
It was such awful writing. It really is. And then because the industry is plagued by that now.
Yeah.
All the Star Wars movies do. And now there are notes coming from Netflix saying, please repeat the plot numerous times during the movie. People are on their phone or making dinner or doing laundry while they're watching these movies. And so they've become the worst TV shows ever.
Yeah.
So I can't abide by it. I won't support it. And that was crap to see in the movie. But again, I let it go. I just said, look, this is all information I need to know, and he spewed it all out great. Next, but previously, it just tainted me the rest of the movie, and I said to God, I don't care what they're doing next in this movie because that scene just made me so angry.
I wish I only had that as my problem for this film.
Yeah. But I mean, they go back when they talk about BARF, the technology that that was created. I mean, so when you look at I think they showed again that scene from Civil War where he's talking about the BARF technology to show you just how real it could be.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, then they can make it look real on a larger scale.
Yeah, but
and they got the drones doing then I go, but how are they destroying things? They figure out that too.
Okay.
The drones are shooting things to make things destroy. I mean, I was fine enough with it.
It's funny because the scene that they do the flashback to, I buy that hook, line, and sinker. You know, that he's got his own version of a holodeck, if you will. But I still I
don't buy the drones making the damage.
No,
I mean,
don't-
there's
or the
no like
illusion.
there's things that are like falling over and breaking, and like are the drones that they have arms and like lifting things up and I mean, like
Well, they shoot things. Yeah, they can shoot
yeah,
things.
but I mean, okay, so now we've got bullets, but they're not hitting people and ricochet. I just that's the part that really
Well, they're trying to shoot the kids at the end. So these are loaded up to do the destruction and do the illusion in one big swipe.
Yeah, that's
on a
true.
level that's of course beyond reality.
Yeah.
But I bought it, and but I can't abide the bad screenwriting.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
I will
hilarious.
say the forgiveness comes in that the movie still plays because the actors are so good and there is enough good writing to keep you involved. There's
the teen
moment,
comedy part for me.
The what?
The teen comedy part.
Yeah,
that
that
part.
part.
Excellent.
The part with him and MJ on the bridge, which actually was filmed on that bridge, which I love.
Yeah.
The part where he's like, I really am Spider-Man and I think I really messed up.
Yeah.
And he's just like, that is the greatest, most honest kid moment. Like, I love everything about that moment.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, I feel like I'd be interested. We would need the Phantom editor to do this. I want to take out all of the action scenes, and I only want to see the scenes with Peter. With Peter and normal people.
Yeah.
And everything else takes place off screen.
Yeah.
And he keeps like that's the part of the movie that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I didn't enjoy this movie. I'm ragging on it a lot. I did. It's not the worst Marvel movie,
No.
but I just so had like I said, I just didn't buy it.
What is the worst Marvel movie to you guys?
Ooh.
I just rewatched Iron Man 3, and I didn't like it the first time I saw it, and I didn't like it this time either.
I'm a fan.
Plot holes. They were just too
I gotta
problematic for
say,
me.
TV shows there's a lot of bad TV shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's stick with the movies. What's the worst movie? I did not like Doctor Strange, the second one.
Really?
Yeah.
I've seen that a few times.
I feel like I need to
loved
watch
it.
it again, but I have to skip over the eye thing. I hate that part so much.
Thor 2 is
The
not great.
big eye with the tentacles and the.
Yeah.
I just find that to be.
Thor 2 is not great. Thor 2 is
Is
forgettable.
that Love and Thunder?
No.
No.
No, that's 4.
What's
Yeah,
Thor
Thor 2,
2?
the dark-
Ragnarok?
the
Thor
Dark
2 is the
World.
Dark World.
Oh, yeah. Didn't even-
Jane ends up getting injected with the ether.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the Frost Giants or no? Who are the bad
Yeah,
guys in it?
yeah.
Or they're something else.
Yeah, it was. It's just not great.
Yeah.
It's not memorable.
It's forgettable. I literally just watched it, and it's forgettable again.
Okay, I was going to say, this was
Wow.
forgettable for me, Far From Home. If I watch Dark World again, maybe it'll be, it's actually pretty good. But you're saying that.
No,
I've never seen Love and Thunder. Is that any?
Well, this is where we
This is
disagree.
where
I
we-
think that movie is outstanding.
he loves it, and which is ironic because I'm the one with kids, and I think the kids ruin the film.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Do you like Ragnarok?
I love Ragnarok.
time.
Ragnarok
Yeah.
is spectacular.
Yeah.
Same tone.
It's the best of all
To
the
me,
Thors.
Ragnarok is just so fun.
No, it
Yeah.
fires on all cylinders, and everybody's having a great time, and it's still fantastic and still emotional at the same time. I love that movie.
I have a respect for the Thor movies in that when the first Thor came out, I was like, God, this is going to suck. This is going to be just so stupid, and I just don't know how they're going to make this. I don't know how they're going to make me care. I wasn't a believer. And then it happened, and I went, this is so much fun. I'm having a great time, and I'm glad I saw this. So I don't know. Thor is like a surprising character to me. And of course, Hemsworth is brilliant,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I guess the worst Marvel movie is still a movie I really like. I don't know.
This one?
I don't know. This
I don't-
Eternals, Thunderbolts. I mean, whatever I pick, it's
Eternals is rough, but I could still talk about some of the good stuff that's in
Yeah,
Eternals
there's a lot of
because
good
I'm
stuff in it.
recognizing what they wanted to do. I don't think there's a terrible one. Although I literally just had this conversation this morning with my children where they said, are there any movies we don't need to watch? And I said, well, we're not going to watch the series, any of the series. But I said, I don't think you need to watch Eternals.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't think it
well, and they
furthers
shouldn't
any...
because
Well, you got to set up the
plot-
Celestials for Captain America: Brave New World.
I guess, but... can't.
But Eternals gets pretty-
like 3-hour movie. It's a
Eternals
long
gets
one.
pretty adult too.
Yeah,
So
yeah. You got to remember that I'm dealing with young ones, so it's
Yeah.
like, already the 9-year-old is like, wait, I don't understand what's happening.
yeah.
Well, if you watch the scene, all the questions will be answered. Either I can tell you or the movie can. You just have to be patient for 4 minutes.
All right, tell me, Dad.
Yeah, exactly. So there's that.
One of the things I thought was cool, I always look up like tech stuff. So they did come up with some pretty cool like simulations and things, and they were able to come up with this technology so that they could do the other world, especially that scene with Nick Fury where he's like falling through and hits, ends up punching the wall instead of all that stuff. They did a lot of that. Like normally you would shoot like the practical stuff and then like sort of composite everything and all of that. But they did a lot of the world building ahead of time. So they knew what everything was going to fit into.
That's cool.
So I thought that was kind of neat, like sort of a backwards sort of way of doing it. I thought that was really, really
What
interesting.
scene is that? You talking about the Heffalumps and Woozles?
The Heffalumps and Woozles.
Yeah.
Very confusing. The part where Peter meets Nick Fury at the building, but it's all an illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
he has like basically all the falls through the floor and does all that crazy stuff. It's a great sequence. I mean, if you just that sequence alone visually is actually it's stunning and
I
beautiful.
agree.
And they do a great job with
Like
that.
I said, I can understand why in the writers' room they said, "Oh, this will be great. This will be." I would have been won over.
Yeah.
I'm sure in that writers' room.
Oh, yeah.
And said, "No. This will work. This. Look at all this other stuff that we can work with to make this come true." But in the end, I just didn't buy it.
I thought it was interesting too. They found an open source shading language to simulate the interaction of the jet thrusters with the over 200,000 digital tulips as the jet comes.
Yes,
through. I
all
was
the
like,
tulip-
I was
that was a
like,
grass
what? That's
field.
such a cool thing.
And
Like-
on top of that, it goes by that fast.
Yeah.
Like you see that shot. Okay, do you know what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's a beautiful shot.
It is a beautiful, shot. All those tulips
Yep.
are not real.
Yeah.
I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
that is
And
cool.
and
And,
they-
to put all that into it for just that.
Yeah. And they look beautiful.
Yeah.
They look so real. It's great.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of other notes, honestly,
all
guys.
of my literally every other note is just about how much I love the two of them. Nick's about Peter and MJ, awkward teenagers, so on point, so real, so believable, so adorable.
Also, everybody loves them, like on set. Like everybody loves Tom Holland, and he just makes it's a joyous set.
That's great.
People are just happy to work with him. He's got a good attitude, and
Yeah.
and they make it fun.
You know, it's something interesting. In almost every movie that we watch, one of my children will always say, "Is that actor a good person in real life?"
Isn't that interesting? Wow.
He asks me that all the time.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were talking about there was a thing with The Rock, and I told him, I said, I told stories. I was just like, I hear nothing but great things about The Rock. He works really hard, but on top of that, he takes care of the people around him.
Yeah.
I told the story that I'm sure you've heard 10 times from Esteban about how The Rock always took care of his stunt doubles. No. For those of you that don't know, I host a stunt panel at Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con. There's a guy who is a good friend of mine. His name is Esteban Cueto. And Esteban has been a double for to give you an idea of how huge Esteban is.
And Batista.
Yeah, and Batista. But he tells this story. He was like, and this was early on. This was like Scorpion King. It was the first time he worked with him. So we're talking 20-some years ago. But he still does it to this day. If a double is hired for the day, he gets his day rate. If he shoots, he gets residuals, whether they use the take or not.
Oh, interesting.
So
that's a stunt thing. That's a stunt.
He said, so what ends up happening is he said, The Rock will constantly say, I'm not sure if I get this. Esteban, can you come in? Just do a take with Esteban. I want to see what he does, and then I'll step in. But let's roll on this. Or he'll say, guys, I got 2 of these, and then I got to get out. So I'll do 2 takes, but then we got to have Esteban step in, or whoever his double is, step in and shoot the other takes.
Oh my
And
God.
he's just doing it to give this guy a bump.
I love it.
How great is that?
I love it.
You know, it's in the budget. Yeah.
Yeah.
Use it.
Yeah.
Don't let the producers over here be stingy.
Yeah.
Just like it's in the budget. Let's give Esteban,
100%.
his due. He's
I
out
love
here
that.
working his butt, and that's just cool. Anyway, so it comes up, and they recently also asked about Tom Holland, and I said, I have never heard a bad thing about Tom Holland. He is just a great, great guy.
Yep.
So,
yeah, that's what I hear.
Happy to hear that.
That's all. I couldn't find a lot of behind the scenes stuff on this film in particular, but the stuff that I did watch, like even the stuff they say about him, like you can watch it in the behind the scenes. You can see him interacting with people, and you're like, clearly this is a nice person.
Yeah, this is a good guy.
You know what I mean? Like,
I wish there was a video of Jon Watts going, here's to the production, and you, the production designer, you were this, this, and that, and this, and you, cinematographer.
You're Spider-Man, and you.
Oh my goodness,
that'd be
man!
great.
I feel like I'm ready for our next phase. What's
Hold on.
up? What do
No,
you
I
got?
got
Oh,
a
you
few
got
more notes I want to
okay,
go back to.
go.
So, once again, going back to them being so wonderful as teenagers. I loved MJ when Tom is changing behind her. She just does that kind of like, should I look? Should I? Like, it is such a
Yes, teenage but
thing to do.
The moment after he swings out of the window, do you know that moment after?
No.
He swings out of the window. He finishes and he swings out of the window, and she just kind of goes.
I bet I was writing the note, and I bet I didn't see that. But it was just so
Such a
it's
great
just like
moment.
so adorable. Teenage girl, yes.
Yes.
I want to look, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I should. Like,
Yeah.
And then the
so
comedy
great.
where it goes, I knew before you. I knew longer. I knew
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep. The final scene where she kisses him. I wrote down specifically, so innocently vulnerable.
Yep.
Because that's what it is.
Yep.
Like, it's just so sweet and
Yeah.
so warm and just so there's nothing laid on top of that. It's just the
Yep.
two of them kissing, and they're both still not even sure what's going to happen with this kiss.
Yeah.
You know, just
It's a
so
very
wonderful.
innocent kiss, which we really don't get a lot of on screen ever.
No.
You know, now it's all just,
Yeah.
you know. So
I'm a man.
Yeah.
Oh, this is how men
Yeah.
kiss, or something
Yeah.
like that. I loved towards the final scene, he's going to grab her and take her around the city.
Oh.
Before he gets there, he's holding his phone, but the way he's swinging is different. Not just because he's doing it one-handed, but I was like, he's like jumping off of things, and it really was the giddy teenager. Like, I got a girlfriend. She likes me. It's just like you're running. It's like, yeah. You know, like it was just so
Dude.
wonderfully teenagery.
the one swing, the big one where they you see it, they did it.
Oh, what?
That's them.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I mean, it's a green screen setup, right?
Yeah.
So they put in the buildings, but like they do a free fall together, and it's like. That's why she's barely, I don't know how much she's acting there. She's just like let's never do that again. Like for real. Like, you know, I mean, she's just so great. I mean,
yeah. I just love the emotion. This was my final note. The emotional journey of this movie and Peter is just great. My biggest problem was just, I didn't like how we got there. And then I just put drones, ... Wow.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I would like to see a cut of this movie where they take out all the Spider-Man stuff and they just have kids on a road trip through Europe.
Yeah.
Remove the drones. It'd be great.
I
Who's
think
with me?
I think that's called
Remove the drones.
I think that's just called European vacation.
Yeah. Any other
Euro
thoughts?
trip?
I don't really have a lot to say at this point. I mean, I think everything. I think our biggest issues were the drones and the plot hole, sort of with that.
And once again, I got a shout out to Jon Watts, the director, who, as I said in the last episode, made the movie Clown.
Yeah.
And now made these movies. And now apparently he got Skeleton Key because he just pitched it so hard. And I got to believe that's how he got this.
Skeleton
I don't know
Crew.
if there's any... What did I say? Skeleton Key? Yeah. Skeleton Crew, sorry, for Star Wars. He pitched it so hard that when you're the guy. So I wonder if he did that here. If he's like, I know we're coming back and you're not bringing Mark Webb. I'm the guy. And he made a huge pitch because he's nailed it, all 3 movies.
It makes me want to go back and watch Skeleton Crew again because I did enjoy that show. I didn't love it, but I enjoyed it.
I don't need to watch it again.
Yeah.
But I'm interested in this movie called Skeleton Key that you've
It's
talked
got
about.
Kate Hudson. It came out in the 2000s.
Leave it to Paul to make a mistake, but it's still a real
still a
movie.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Of
like-
course, there's
yeah.
a movie called
Yeah.
Skeleton Key. I just didn't
Of
think it would have a
course.
high-profile
Correct.
person
Yeah.
in it. Yeah. All right. Are we ready for some fun facts about Spider-Man Far From Home? All right.
By the way, we're getting better at that. We just immediately went right into it, and
Launched
all
into
of us
it, and
were
we all
really
got
good.
it. Yeah.
Good job, everybody.
Should we try it
Mr.
again where we
Candy.
messed it up?
No, that was
Okay.
great.
My first... Okay, we'll get it out of the way. My first fun fact is actually not so fun.
Oh, jeez.
This is the first Marvel Studios movie without a cameo by Stan Lee after his passing on November 12th, 2018.
It's still weird to see the Sony and Columbia Pictures logo at the top of a movie like
This
this.
is true.
Agree.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
Well, I guess that was a fun fact about
about
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's
and oh my God. Paul! What are
This
you
is
drinking?
why I wrote the opening dialogue the way.
The wrestling poster featuring Crusher Hogan can be seen backstage at the charity fundraiser. Crusher Hogan was the wrestler that a masked Peter Parker got in the ring with in Spider-Man's first appearance
Oh
in
my
Amazing
God.
Fantasy 15. Yeah. There was
Oh,
also a
that's so
wrestling
awesome.
scene in the first film where he was Bonesaw, which was fantastic. I love that. Fun fact about Spider-Man Far From Home. Bonesaw. The license plate of the car driven by Nick Fury and Maria Hill is MTU 83779, which references Marvel Team Up issue 83 from July 1979, called Spider-Man and Nick Fury.
Huh.
That was the name of the episode.
Wow.
How great is that? Come on, that's
That
cool.
is a fun
Fun fact about Spider-Man
fact.
Far From
Easter
Home
egg.
with Nick Fury. Peter's passport lists August 10th.
Peter
as-
Parker's passport.
Peter
perfect.
Parker's passport. It's perfect. Fucking Peter Parker's passport lists August 10th as his birthday. Spider-Man's first appearance was in Amazing Fantasy number 15, released August 10th. That's right.
Awesome.
Fun fact about Spider-Man Far From Home.
Amazing fantasy.
As is common in MCU films, a clip prominently shown in multiple trailers is entirely absent from the finished movie. Oh
my God.
In this case, a scene showing Spider-Man defeating a gang of bad guys in a restaurant while wearing his nanotech Iron Spider suit, first seen in Avengers Infinity War, before departing on his school trip to Europe, is not shown in the final version of the film. The scene is present only in the extended cut of the movie.
Oh, there's an extended cut?
Apparently.
Oh.
Yeah. Fun fact about Spider-Man Far From Home. All right, my final fun fact. One of Tom Holland's favorite action scenes takes place in Venice when the water elemental attacks. Peter runs across a series of poles where some boats are docked. Holland, without admitting why, regrets not following the stunt coordinator's advice to wear shin guards. I can only imagine how much it must have hurt as he missed. Whatever he was jumping onto.
Yeah.
Anyway, those are my fun facts about Spider-Man Far From Home. All right. Are we ready for some quizzes? Okay, now this will not be released. We probably won't have this out to the general public before 4th of July, but we're actually recording this leading up very closely to the 4th of July.
Yeah.
So I thought we would go with a superhero quiz that has to do with patriotism.
America.
Okay.
Specifically, yes and no. Specifically, this is, what country is this superhero from?
Okay.
Sometimes it's a who do they represent. Sometimes it's a where were they born. You know, we'll ask it in the question. So it's not specifically all who do they fight for. For example, as a sample. If I were to say Captain America is from which country, you would say it would be either A, Canada, B, United Kingdom, C, Germany, or D, United States. You would say
D.
United States.
Okay, good. I'm glad we're on the same page. So far, this is going so much better than the questions I asked earlier.
Hey, ultimately, those worked out.
Don't reference those. Those will be cut.
Exactly.
Why is this show only 4 minutes?
Why do they keep referring to something that we didn't get to hear? All right, you're not allowed to look at the. I know my font is giant over here. I wasn't sure if I had my glasses.
I did notice that you had a
From here, I
giant
can't
font.
see it.
That's what they used to say about me in high school.
Hey, there's
That's
that
right.
guy with that giant font.
That's right. Back in writing club.
All I can see is that they have 4 questions. I can't.
All right. These range
Careful, we can
in
hear
difficulty from easy to hard. Black Panther rules which nation? A, Kenya, B, Nigeria, C, Wakanda, or D, Qatar? Because he's the Black Panther. Qatar. Sean!
C. Wakanda.
Waka Wakanda.
Point to Paul! That was funny.
What? I said Wakanda.
I know, but he said Waka Waka Wakanda after I said Black Panther is from Qatar. He should be from Qatar. Where is Wolverine from? A, the United States, B, Australia, C, Canada, or D, your mom? Sean!
C. Canada.
United States.
Canada is correct.
Boom.
That's right.
That's 2 for me.
That is. I mean, he got one. as
No,
well.
he didn't. I got it, and he took it. I have 2.
All right.
Waka Wakanda.
Fucking bullshit.
Shang-Chi is most closely tied
Never
to
seen
which
this movie.
country? It's a good movie.
I know.
Oh,
I
you should
would
watch
rank
it.
I'd rank it higher than this one.
Really?
I would.
And you should watch it because the director of it is doing the new Spider-Man. So
Oh, okay.
we will not
All
have
right.
Jon Watts
All right.
back, so
All right.
hopefully he does great.
Shang-Chi is most closely tied to which country? A, Japan, B, Vietnam, C, China, or D, 7 Seas? Where did I get that?
That's a Karate Kid reference.
Is it C. China?
I don't know what my
It's
joke
Daniel.
there was.
It's Daniel LaRusso's apartment complex. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. And
Oh,
he does
It's
karate.
yeah.
called the
Both
7
do-
Yeah.
Seas, and Daniels are
and they both do martial arts.
Sure.
All right, let me explain
Maybe
your
I was
jokes.
maybe I was thinking Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings, and it was like, no, the 7 Seas? I don't know.
Maybe
what
you
it
could come up with a worse reason for you to have that as your number 4.
was. Shang-Chi is closely associated with which country? Japan, Vietnam, China, or 7 Seas?
I mean, I'm going to go Japan.
I think it's China.
China is correct.
I said
Shang-Chi
China
is
first.
Chinese.
Can I get...
No.
That's 2.
Technically, it's not. It's just one.
Tied.
All right. Black Panther, obviously from Wakanda. Black Widow was trained in which country? A, Poland, B, Russia, C, Ukraine, or D, Wakanda?
B. Russia.
Yep.
It is correct, B, Russia.
Very good, everybody.
Black Widow has no
Very
relation
nice.
to Black Panther. Storm is strongly connected to which country? A, Nigeria, B, Kenya, C, Egypt, or D, the weather nation?
Nigeria.
I agree with that.
Kenya!
Oh.
Damn it.
Yeah. I think she
You got
should
the
be.
continent right.
Yeah.
Yes, you
Hey,
did.
we were both incontinent.
Wonder Woman.
Speak for yourself.
Wonder Woman comes from which mythological homeland? A, Atlantis, B, Valhalla, C, Themyscira, or D, Wonderland?
Wait. Huh?
Wonder Woman comes from which mythological homeland? Atlantis, Valhalla, Themyscira, or Wonderland?
Valhalla.
Themyscira.
It's Themyscira. How do you not know where Wonder Woman's from? I'm going to take away your card.
There are cards? Yes. Oh, man.
Paul never even got it.
Never got a card.
Aquaman rules which nation? Lemura, Atlantis, Fishtopia, or Bikini Bottom?
Clearly, it's
2 jokes in that one.
Atlantis.
Yep.
It is Atlantis. That's correct.
Although I wish it was Bikini Bottom, because that's just funny.
That's where SpongeBob is
I
from.
know that.
Deadpool is from which country? United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, or Poland?
Poland?
Poland.
Pool land. No. Canada.
I guess he's from Canada. I was unaware of that.
He is from Canada.
Okay.
A lot of Canadians in
Ryan
the Marvel
Reynolds is.
universe.
Thor originates from which realm? A. Midgard, B. Alfheim, C. Asgard, or D. Thorsaurus?
Sneeze guard. Oh, I thought. Okay.
Asgard.
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 Asgard is correct. Moon Knight is most connected to which country? A. Egypt, B. Greece, C. Turkey, or D. Chicken?
Every.
So you gotta have like D- jokes to make your B
Okay.
jokes seem like they're
Right.
B+ jokes.
That's right.
Is that how that works?
That's how that works.
What were the choices?
Please don't ask me which B joke. Please don't ask me which jokes are the B+ jokes.
What were the choices again? The
Moon
first
Knight is most connected to which country? Egypt, Greece, Turkey, or chicken?
See, no, that's the way to deliver that. Fly it out. Funny.
I should have thrown in meatballs.
I'm gonna go with Egypt. I don't know.
Egypt.
It is Egypt. That is correct.
all right.
You didn't watch the Moon Knight series,
No.
did you?
No.
Parts of it are great.
Yeah.
Other parts of it are not.
Yeah.
Like,
That's Oscar Isaac, right?
yeah.
Yeah. I think he's quite good though.
He is. Oh,
Yeah.
he's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. Blade is originally from which country? A. United Kingdom, B. France, C. Germany, or D. Swordston?
I'm gonna go with France.
I have no idea. United Kingdom.
United Kingdom is
Hey,
correct.
I'm ahead.
All right. Namor is tied to which submariner?
Yeah, I
Tied
got you.
to which civilization? A. Atlantis, B. Talokan, C. Olympus, or D. Finland?
What was C?
Olympus?
I'm gonna go Atlantis.
See, I thought Finland was
Talokan.
particularly. It is Talokan.
Oh. I don't know.
Finland was kind of clever. I'm not going to say
What
it's one of my
does
B
what does
jokes.
Namor have? Like, does he have different powers than Aquaman?
No, it's pretty much the exact same. It's just he's DC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Namor. Yeah, Namor. is Marvel.
Marvel. Right.
Right.
Aquaman is DC.
Right.
Star-Lord, otherwise known as Peter Quill, was born in which country? Canada, United States, United Kingdom, or Porcupinea?
Yeah, I saw that. You can't emphasize Quill that hard
Oh my god.
and not know the joke that's coming.
I didn't-
I didn't listen to anything else. I was waiting for 4. What were they?
United States.
What were the? Oh, the United States. If that's an option, then that's the answer.
Yes, that's correct. All right. Coming down to the last few. What how many have you gotten right?
I have no. I
think I'm up by 2.
What you're up?
By 2, I think.
All right,
Yeah.
so Sean gets to answer. All he's got to do is
any
get
of this is
one
true.
more than you. Spider-Man is originally from which country? United States, Mexico, United Kingdom, or Spidonia?
United States.
Yep.
United States is correct. All right.
Queens.
Oh, that means you got to get all 3 of these. We'll let you go first to see if you can beat Paul.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
But I just got one.
He can't.
Oh,
Right, but
because
you
we.
tied.
Oh,
You both got it.
Yeah, but he,
I thought we're not doing like a buzz in here.
We started, but
We
then we
haven't
lost
been.
it. So now I'm going to give it to you. So you,
All right,
you know,
never mind. Doesn't
we're
matter.
just automatically going to let you go first.
right, but
Did you see how bad you did?
if
on
you
the
get them all right,
true, false?
I could also get them all right,
Nah,
and you don't
no,
win.
we're going to give him the
Okay.
opportunity to, because I think this is fair.
Listen, I know my stuff. Go
Back
ahead.
to Sean during that one quiz. I just won, right? We're still playing.
I did win that quiz.
I have never had so many brain farts than during that quiz. Like you'd ask a question and I'd have the answer, and then the answer is immediately gone from my brain. Like something the Oscar quiz is what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, that was very
Oh,
frustrating.
you guys didn't know anything.
No, we didn't. But I didn't.
That was so much fun for people to play at home, but it was over like that. Like, sorry, folks at home, you get no fun
right.
because these guys don't know anything.
Doctor Strange trains in which mystical region? Nepal, Tibet, Kamartaj, or the region between the valley and the hole? I think you know what I'm talking about.
Kamartaj.
Karmartaj.
Kamartaj is correct. All right, Sean. If you get these last two correct, you beat Sean. Green Arrow is based in which
Did he just say I'm
country?
going to beat myself?
He did. He said, Sean, you get this one right, you could beat Sean. You just said you don't have your wits about you when you do the quiz.
I've been editing.
hosting it, taking it. He sucks at the quiz.
I've been editing our Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2 episode, and the very beginning of that episode starts with Justin literally not getting any words correct. He just, there's not even sentences coming out of his mouth, and he's like, welcome to the, and then he
Welcome
starts
to the tuna fish sandwich.
Yeah, and then he
Justin, what are
introduces
you
himself
talking
as
about?
you. And
Right, yes. Now Sean is Sean. Bold take. Speaking of hot takes.
But the funniest thing is that he keeps going.
right. Yeah. Like it never happened.
2,000% self-confidence, baby.
Final fun fact about Spider-Man Homecoming. We're doing Spider-Man Far From Home, but he just keeps going.
You're not wrong. All right, Green Arrow is based in which country? United States, Canada, France, or Greenland?
Canada?
France?
United States. You both got it wrong.
Oh, wow. There can't be that many from Canada.
Still in.
It was filmed in Canada. It was filmed in
I knew it was filmed in Canada, so.
All right. Scarlet Witch has strong fictional roots in which Eastern European country? A. Serbia. B. Slovakia. C. Sokovia. Or D. Susudio.
That's my favorite one. That's my favorite one.
There's a girl that's been on my mind all the time.
Sokovia.
Yep.
Sokovia is correct.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Sean wins.
Hey, guys, Sean just beat himself. Studio. All right, we've come to the end.
We have.
Rank them.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
I gotta write this
Oh,
down.
this is going to be hard now.
This is 8 out of 9, right?
Okay. Oh, man. I don't know what to put as my favorite Spider-Man movie because it's one of those like, do you just put the movie that you love the most, or is it like this wouldn't exist without the other ones, right? But you guys have been saying Spider-Man 2 is your favorite,
Yeah.
right? That's your top.
Not since Homecoming, I don't think.
Oh, not since Homecoming.
Yeah.
Okay.
I go Homecoming, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man, Spider-Man Far From Home, The Amazing Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3.
I think I agree with everything with that, with the exception of I still put Spider-Man the original
Over 2, right?
over 2, but otherwise I'm with
You've
you
been consistent on that.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
I know I had said Spider-Man Homecoming first before, but I don't know. It's so great, but Spider-Man 2 is so great. It's tough for me because now I'm leaning like they would both be the same. Then definitely Spider-Man 1. I think I'm going to go Amazing Spider-Man 1. Then I'm going to go this. Then I'll go Amazing Spider-Man 2 and then Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could go either way on those lists. My only change being putting Spider-Man above 2, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, this is, like I said, once you get past the flaw, if you can get past the flaw,
Yeah.
okay, there's a lot of stuff to be enjoyed in this.
Yeah.
But it's also, there's a lot of rough stuff. And I can't get past that, whereas I could get past the stuff in Amazing Spider-Man 1. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd put Amazing Spider-Man 1 before this.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, honestly, this is why I mean, is there any other, I don't think there's any other superhero singularly that has this many movies. Am I wrong in saying that?
When we're talking superheroes, I think you're correct. If we're talking people repeating characters, I mean, James Bond, I guess.
Yeah, but that he's not a superhero, so
Right.
I don't not. Yeah, I'm just saying literally in any of the superhero universes that we all enjoy, there is no superhero that has as many movies as Spider-Man does.
This is countdown to 9, essentially.
Technically,
is that what Superman
right.
was? How many? What was Superman?
Well, you're right.
2, 3,
4.
4.
Yeah, I think you're
We
right.
had 4.
Is it the same?
No, we had 4.
We had 4.
We had 4 Supermans.
Oh yeah.
Christopher Reeves, Brandon Routh, Henry Cavill, and
Well, there were 4 Christopher.
our new guy.
Reeves.
Cornswell.
Yeah, but there are 4 Christopher Reeve movies.
Oh, you're saying
There
how
was-
many movies?
yeah,
I was
I'm
looking at
saying
actors.
total movies.
Okay.
So, but once this new Spider-Man comes out, I think that surpasses Superman.
4.
I think you're right about that,
6,
Paul.
7, 8. You're right.
Yeah.
And
Well, wait, no. Well, I mean, it's tough because
Justice League, right?
Yeah, is
And then
Justice
we haven't counted
League
Infinity War, Civil War.
You're
Well, I was
Right.
just going to say, if you're going to count Justice League, you got to include Infinity War, you got to
Batman
include
v
Endgame.
Superman.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah.
I mean, even if we didn't count, you have
But
to
I
count
will-
Batman v Superman.
But I have to say this. Collectively, I think Spider-Man movies are the best superhero movies of this many, right? Because like the Superman movies aren't all great. I think there's only I think the worst Spider-Man movie really is Spider-Man 3, right? Like the other ones are still good. I don't think that I know you guys don't like the Amazing Spider-Man so much, but I don't think that those movies are as bad as like Superman 4,
No, not at all.
right?
Nope.
So I don't know. I'm just saying. I think Spider-Man may be the greatest superhero of all time.
Oh, that's where this was going. Well, singularly, I guess, because even if you look at the Batmans, it's like, okay, we got our original, 4, right?
But those weren't great.
No, they weren't.
The
but
two of them were good.
I'm trying to go back to how many Batman films do we have, but then we had 3. Then it becomes a question of which, is Batman v Superman a Batman film?
I mean, technically it is.
Okay. And then we had what, 4 or 5 in the original?
We had 4.
4. Val Kilmer.
Two Burton, 1 Schumacher, and 1.
Right.
Or 2 Burton, 2 Schumacher.
Okay. And then we had 3. That gets us up to 7. And then we have our new one, which is 8, in Batman v Superman 9.
Justice League.
Yeah. And Justice League, if we're going to count it, 10.
Yeah.
I mean,
But now we're about to surpass. I think Spider-Man's about to surpass like Superman, because like Superman, we did have 4 movies with Christopher Reeve, right?
Yeah.
And we haven't had 4. This will be the 4th movie with Tom Holland, which apparently is as far as we're going to go with Tom Holland, right?
Really?
Is it?
That's a shame.
That's my understanding.
Oh, bummer.
Huh.
I don't know for sure.
I don't know. There was a guy on a podcast I heard that Tom Holland was pushing to bring Miles Morales in, so maybe I don't know.
Yeah, but does that mean that he's going to, like, when he's saying that, is he saying bring Miles Morales in, like, to replace him?
I don't know.
That's what I took that to mean.
I don't know. But we'd have to ask that guy who said it on that podcast.
Yeah. Who's he?
Some good looking
How do
guy.
we
I don't
find
know.
him?
I had to go look it up on Box Office Mojo, but Spider-Man is the highest grossing individual superhero as far as a franchise goes, beating Batman by just under $1 billion. So now that doesn't count the MCU. That's a whole different thing. But and that's what I thought, and that's why I thought when you kill off Tony and you're done with Cap, I was like, the MCU's in good hands because Black Panther just made $1 bazillion, and Spider-Man's still probably the most popular superhero that there is out there, I think.
Right.
And then, of course, Chadwick dies, and you're like, uh-oh, so it's all on Spidey's shoulders, and he's totally delivered. And now the goal is to find new people to carry it on, and, well, they're going back and leaning on the old ones.
Yeah,
again.
exactly.
Yeah.
But we'll see who can
I would
up.
find it. I feel like they probably got 2 more movies in them. I
Really?
feel like there are plans where they're like, we're going to do 6.
I'm not going to lie. I really am excited about Miles Morales. I've talked about this on the show a lot, and I think that they should shift gears and wrap out Tom Holland and let's see a Miles Morales tale.
I don't think we have to have one or the other. I think we can, I think there's room for both of those.
I mean, I don't think you're wrong, but I have mixed feelings about it, and here's why. The Force Awakens and Rogue One, Those two movies coming out near each other confused the hell out of people who were not big Star Wars fans, who understood what the timelines were. Do you know how many people I heard go, why did they replace Rey when Rogue One came out?
I feel like you're a studio head right now.
And
we shouldn't make this movie, guys. Nobody will understand it. We can't do this.
no, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not saying that they can't exist simultaneously, but I do think that they still, if they do, I would be concerned that they would steal each other's thunder a little bit. And I'll be honest, I want to see a Miles Morales storyline get all of the focus that it deserves, and not just be, oh, we're going to do this and we're still going to do Tom Holland. I'd like to see something fresh.
While I love that, and I think Miles Morales deserves to be in this, I think our strongest anchor right now in the DC universe is Spider-Man.
See, I don't see him in DC at all. I see him in
Jesus Christ,
How
I just
drunk
say that.
are you? I'm not.
I see him in the Marvel universe. I don't see him in the DC universe at all.
Sean, just go back to beating yourself off.
I didn't say Spider-Man was in the DC universe. I'm pretty sure I'm getting the clear here.
But I don't think I don't think we have anybody to helm MCU.
I mean,
Tony Stark is gone. Captain America is gone. Okay, we might have Thor for a little bit, but it's just like.
But these are the things.
Who's our anchor?
You guys are going to hate everything I'm about to say. But these are the things where we have to learn how to let go and let these new stories come in. This is all of to me, this is the same kind of rhetoric about Rey, right? Like, well, I don't really care about her, but did we let go of what we had with Luke? Were we willing to really let that go? Now, part of that was the filmmakers' fault because they didn't really let us let go because they had these people in it and all that stuff. That's a whole other story. But the idea of really letting go and going, okay, this is something new and I'm going to embrace it. It's not what I knew before. It is something different, and I'm going to go down that path.
That's not where I'm coming from at all. I'm talking about how we had 20 movies, right?
Right.
Where they had reoccurring characters all working within the same story.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And we have our Captain America and our Thor and our Iron Man.
Yeah.
But as we found out at the end of Endgame, it was Iron Man's story we'd been telling for 20 movies. The story we are currently telling right now is all over the place. The closest thing we have to an Iron Man in that story, whose story are we telling, is Spider-Man's story.
Wait, is that true, though? Is that really true that it was really Iron Man's story? I mean, I know he does the snap and all that at the end, but it
was Iron Man's story.
I didn't. Wait, is that something you read? Is that confirmed, or is that just a theory?
That's out there. I don't know where I got, but that was the whole reason why at the end of Endgame we still had the kunk, 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 kunk. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
No.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What is that?
At the very end of Endgame, you hear a clanking sound. Okay? And the clanking sound is the sound of Tony making his suit in the cave in Iron Man 1.
About. Yes.
Oh. Huh.
You're still hung up on the DC universe. I'm talking about Marvel now.
Shut up. I didn't say that. Just to be clear. No, that's interesting. Is this like at the end of
Endgame? Very end of the end credits.
Like end of the end credits. Okay.
End of the end credits. The last thing you hear before it goes completely dark.
Wow. I want to go back and watch that
So it
now.
was...
Wait, so
it was Tony Stark's
that
story.
End game, like that they didn't have there's not a bumper image or something, another scene. There's just that sound.
It's just that.
To remind you how it started.
Right,
You
exactly.
just saw how it ended.
Oh, that's so interesting.
So it's Tony Stark's story. My whole point is, okay.
Kunk.
I'm sitting here going, did he just have what is happening?
See, now you want to be in these the story pitch rooms, but if someone went in there and went, see guys, it's kunk, and they're like, get the hell out of our writer's room.
Get out of here.
No, first they'd say, you're in the wrong office. DC is across town.
We're going to make Green Lantern 2. No, that's really, really interesting. I have not heard this.
Who's our current anchor? Like, we literally just introduced
that's why
our
I said
Fantastic
it was
Four.
supposed to be Black Panther and Spidey, I would think. Yeah,
But can I just tell you, this has been my favorite part of our entire conversation because this is a really good argument. I love it. I really did not know this And now that I'm thinking about all the movies, I'm like, oh yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Blew your mind tonight.
You
were
did.
today years old when you found out the first 20 Marvel movies were
So
all
that's
about Tony Stark.
been a challenge.
I
you know,
really
to try and make sure who's going to take the helm.
Right. Who is going to take the helm?
So now with that concept, this really is on Spider-Man's shoulders.
Yeah.
Which is kind of scary, considering the fact that this is a combination ownership with Sony and what is it, TriStar, whatever it is, Columbia.
Marvel.
Yeah, and Marvel,
and Columbia. Right.
Yeah.
Columbia, TriStar, Sony.
Right,
yes.
but I'm just like that is a dangerous thing to hang your hat on. That they don't have sort of their own thing, because Iron Man was their own thing, right? Nobody else owned Iron Man; they owned it outright, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Hulk and Spidey are the only ones that the rights are out there, and of course things like Kraven or whatever that they're not
Right.
itching to bring into the fold.
But that's just part of the Spider-Man universe. But yeah, it's really interesting. Now, I will say this. As much as I love the Miles Morales idea, I don't love the idea of Miles Morales being a part of this sort of like I just want to see Miles Morales as Spider-Man.
Right.
I don't need to see him be in like with Captain America or what, like I don't need to see that. I want to see
you
him.
as a studio head wouldn't approve that as long as Tom Holland's still around.
Say what now?
You want the torch passed.
Right. You want the torch passed. You don't want them existing in the same world.
In terms of, well, okay, I'll say this. I could see them existing simultaneously, to your points, if the Tom Holland Spider-Man, I guess, keeps going into this MCU world, right? Deeper, where he becomes more of a Tony Stark kind of person, right? And Miles Morales is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Okay.
Right? Not in the same universe, but
Bitch, you've been to space. One of my favorite lines in Far From Home, by the way.
That's so good.
That's true.
So good. Yeah, that's a good callback. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I think you have convinced me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I appreciate that you convinced me. Look, this is what I love. I want to have this kind of conversation.
What did he convince you of?
That they can exist simultaneously, because I kind of felt like they shouldn't, but now I'm like, maybe they should.
I don't know that they would bring him in until they finished out with this phase. I think they would drop Tom Holland, and then before they'd move on to Miles Morales.
Where do you think, now I know we have Doomsday coming, is that going to be the end of the Avengers movies?
No, Secret Wars.
We got Secret Wars, yeah.
That's after. Is there another one after that, like Secret Wars 2? Is that are they going to do? Because that was a comic. That was a comic.
Supposed to be 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if they know.
What? Do we know how the effect of Fantastic Four was on things? Because that movie didn't do so well, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So did that have an adverse effect on anything?
I don't think they care. They're immediately ushered into Doomsday. So
Yeah.
Interesting.
Things in a trailer with Shuri from Wakanda. So they're blending him immediately. Despite, and then hopefully with that blend, you'll get even more excited to see him in action.
So in some ways, does Fantastic Four even matter, other than it being a setup
Like
for?
if you missed it,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that it does.
Because at the end of the movie, they just enter our world, but
Right.
Not at
that's
the
all
end.
that kinda
They don't
matters.
enter our world at the end of the movie. They enter our world at the end of Thunderbolts.
yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we still haven't even gotten there.
I mean, that was another movie that was like,
Forgettable.
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it. It was a fun ride, but
I'm going to stop you right now because I want to talk about how enjoyable that movie was. I want you to name all the members of the Thunderbolts.
can't do it.
Okay.
Red Guardian.
Okay.
Blonde girl.
Right.
Not Helena. Anyway, so Red Guardian, Bucky,
Okay.
Winter Soldier. What is it's Black Widow's sister?
Yes. Okay. We'll give it to you.
Yeah, whatever her name is.
What is her name in the?
I forget the name of Lewis Pullman's character, but and then
Lewis
Ghost, right?
Yeah.
Was in there for a minute.
Suddenly, when you said Lewis Pullman, I just pictured Rick Moranis in the movie.
Yeah. Lewis Tully.
That's why, yes, thank you. I was like,
Oh, okay. Who brought the dog? Thunderbolts. Who does your taxes? Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I got. I'm sure I left them some out.
Winter Soldier. Yelena.
I said Helena. I was close. Yelena.
John Walker. USA.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
Red Guardian, Ghost, and Sentry. And then,
Sentry's
of
the Lewis Pullman. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Again, though,
I loved.
I did enjoy that movie.
I loved Wyatt Russell. In that
I appreciated the movie. I didn't love it.
No, I didn't love it,
I
but
was
I
like,
enjoyed
I don't
it.
even know who all the I'm not even remembering who all these people are.
No.
Like Ghost. Oh, yeah, okay, that's Ant-Man 2. All right. Is it? And then the rest of the movie, I'm like, yeah, that's Ant-Man 2. Is that Ant-Man 2?
Was it?
Didn't matter.
Yes, it didn't matter. Gone instantly. But still, so much about that. We talked about this, I'm sure, on one of the podcasts. My problem with that movie is we treated it like it was an Avengers movie, like we knew these people deeply. And so when they said something, we were supposed to really appreciate how that was so much that character.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I go back to Captain America, which I still think is one of the funniest lines ever, but just a brilliant line in Avengers. All right, Cap, what do you see? Well, it appears to run on electricity. You know, such a great line, because why would a guy from the 1945s understand what this massive computer is going to do?
Right.
So
Right.
They had those in that movie, but I don't know these characters, so
Yeah.
I don't know why that's funny.
You heard the 1945s, right? A guy from the 1945s. Can't go a sentence.
All three of them. We are all
He
thinking
just kept
it, right?
going. Yeah, the guy from the 1945s. What does he make of electricity? You mean 1945?
It's all the same.
All
It's
three of
it's
them.
all the same. It's
All
all the
three
same.
1945A? 1945B?
Yeah, well, you got plenty of
1945C.
introduction to Yelena if you're watching Black Widow, and then she showed up on
Her and Red
TV
Guardian.
show.
Hey, there were those two, and then, of course,
And Ghost.
John.
You got Ant-Man. Captain America: Winter Soldier. You got plenty of John Walker. I don't know. I think we all got them there, and they got the chance to expand their personalities a little bit.
Yeah.
that movie didn't do too much for me.
Yeah. Well, I think we have covered everything and more.
And more.
Paul, tell them about the movie tours, because we should continue to promote stuff. Sell it, baby.
I have bad news. The blockbuster from Captain Marvel has been torn down. Wah, wah. So if we're talking Marvel, there's now even fewer Marvel places to visit here because, they film most of their stuff in Georgia and now they've moved to England.
Right.
So, they tore that building down. Not that it was a blockbuster anyway. They came in and made it a blockbuster and went away, but you could still go look at it and go, Captain Marvel happened
Right.
here.
Yeah.
But the Shawarma Palace from the end credits of the Avengers still on the tour, and I went there this week already. So
Where is that?
The movie, it's in Beverly Hills adjacent on
Oh,
Pico.
nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So take a movie tour, see your favorite movie locations, customized to just the movies you like. I don't want to take you to a movie you haven't seen or hate. So you come aboard, and we have a grand old time zipping around Hollywood, showing you what buses can't. A lot of times buses can't go in the Hollywood
Right.
Hills to look at the stilt house from Lethal Weapon 2 or go down Rodeo Drive and see the Beverly Wilshire.
Would I be able to see the apartment complex where the Karate Kid stayed at, called the Seven Seas?
You would.
Oh,
Nice.
You
yeah.
would.
And they use that again for Cobra Kai too, right?
At the end, yeah. But Cobra Kai is so Atlanta. Every
Oh.
scene that takes place out in the streets of North Hollywood, I'm like, that is not North Hollywood.
Yeah.
But nobody cares. So sadly, that's just taking a lot of work out of people in L.A.
Esteban Cueto in Cobra Kai.
Oh, nice.
He's in the first
Sorry?
season, yeah. Because he's one of the guys that jacks up Johnny's car.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Speaking of seeing people and cool things, Paul and I had the great pleasure of watching the fabulous Justin Bowler and his family in Bye Bye Birdie.
Yeah.
And they were all fantastic.
Oh,
His
thank
beautiful
you.
wife, Dana. and Braxton was in it, and he did a great job. He was funny. He sang out, and so it was just
that was his first professional performance.
It was
anywhere.
awesome.
A funnier than I remember play.
Yeah. Oh, that's good
In
news.
general, like I remember seeing that the first time I saw it, and I did not like that show, so I kind of went into that night going, well, I'm going for my friend, and I love my buddy, and I'm going to go support him and his family. And then I went, God, this is great. This is way better than you guys did a stellar job. So
thank you so much. Thank you so-
congratulations.
We
Just
received-
goofs on teenagers.
Yeah, we
fair.
received a lot of great reviews, and I was happy to be a part of it.
And that was part of the Phantom Project.
It's called the Phantom Projects. They're a crazy cool group that's been around, started by a 17-year-old
What?
back in the day who said, I have friends who have never been to live theater. And he said, that's wrong, because he was a theater guy.
Yeah.
But there wasn't any theater like in his school. So he said, I am going to create this thing called the Phantom Project. And the goal of this, the mission of this group, is to bring theater to kids who have never seen theater,
my
inner
God.
city youth. So actually, we had an entire performance of high schoolers that had never seen a live production
What?
before.
Oh my God.
Which was so crazy. First off, to think about that's crazy to me, because theater's been a part of my life for so long. But also, on top of that, it was just like, you could tell they didn't know how to respond.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
They were all
At
Jesse
first-
Buckley at the end of Hamnet, right?
good pull. Very, very 100%. They didn't know if they should laugh. They didn't know if they should applaud. But it was interesting to, at the very beginning, because it starts pretty strong, they didn't really do anything. And you could hear like a teacher in back who would start to applaud after something. And then it was like after the next number or next scene change, a few more would join in. A few more would join in. And I kid you not, by the second, once we came back after Act 1 into Second 2, which also moves real quick, they were just laughing and cheering and
God.
applauding. They came out, they wanted, it's like we stood out there because we wanted to do kind of a meet and greet, not necessarily meet and greet, but at least hello.
Yeah,
and they were just going crazy high-fiving and wanting pictures
that's
and this, that,
awesome.
and the other thing. And I was like, this is the moment. Like, who knows what kid was in that theater just now
Oh my God.
that is going to go and pursue theater. And when he talks about it, he'll say, I knew the day that I wanted to do theater. I saw this show called Bye Bye Birdie. Wow. And he won't remember any of us that were in it or anything like that. But he might remember this performance and how that set him on a road.
That's so awesome.
So it's very cool. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But, so in addition to bringing theater to these kids, they do professional productions. They also have like a children's theater that they do sometime. But it's a really great group. Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Steve Cisneros is the
When
guy.
people
And-
ask me what I do now, I steal from Glenn Close, who said I change people's molecules. Because when you do that for kids in an audience, you've literally changed the makeup of their person.
Yeah.
And you've expanded them, or whatever it is, or even if they just laugh for a night and they haven't all week, whatever it is, you've changed their molecules. And
Yeah.
it's a lofty thing to say, what do? I change molecules. And then you
Yeah.
get in a great conversation.
Right. Exactly.
Honestly,
But
I
that
love
happened.
that. That's the greatest. I've never heard that, I don't think. And
Yeah.
I think
That's
that's
true.
so beautiful. I
To
love
produce
that.
laughter, you're 100% correct. I mean, you are.
Or just introduce them to art, or
Yeah.
a bit like you said, never been to theater. They could go on to do that. That's where it changed.
That's great.
That's so awesome. Well, I celebrate that. I celebrate
Oh,
that
thank
for you
you.
guys. That's awesome. If you want to, have more chats with us or any chats or reach out to us or tell us we're full of it or whatever, you can check us out on all the socials
Yes.
at the Countdown Movie Show. And you can just go straight to thecountdownmovieshow.com and you can find us there. And the next movie we're going to be covering is Spider-Man No Way Home?
No Way Home.
Right?
I'm
No
excited
Way
for
Home.
this. Only
I'm
because I
excited
love this
too.
movie. Oh.
Yeah.
Last time we talked about it, I want to do it right now. I want to talk about it's just to make this
Just
program
another
even
16
longer.
minutes,
Another
everybody.
16
Just stay
minutes.
with us.
I want you to give a film that you saw recently that you think people should go see. Or
Like
television, if you watch something.
in the movie theater.
It could be in the movie theater or something you watched recently that you're just like, people go check this out. I'll go back to something. It could be anything.
I'll go back to the beginning. I just saw Toy Story 5, and even though I recognize that this is a formula, I recognize that this is a franchise and they're going to try to milk this cow as long as they can. it's a beautiful film.
Yeah.
It's worthy of seeing. And to Paul's point about going to the movies, it does change your molecules. There was a moment that really moved me. And by the way, I saw this on my vacation I took my nephew, who I've talked about on this show before, who likes movies and stuff like that. And I took him and his friends. It was him and two friends. They were all at the same place. And so we went to the movies. And these are all like, he's 21, his friends are like, 19, whatever, right? And we all were sitting there watching Toy Story 5. And all of us got in the car and went, that was such a great move. They loved it so much. They got all emotional about it too. And we ended up having a conversation about what were your favorite toys when you were a kid and like all this. It was such a great moment. So Toy Story 5, if you get a chance, it's still, that franchise is still firing on all cylinders. Indeed. And they're doing a great job.
I concur, but I also want to bring up, I hosted a screening of La La Land the other night. And I could see that ad nauseum. My favorite film of the last 10 years. So if you're just needing a jolt of art, that's how to do it. That's my Los Angeles. That's the one I live in. It's romanticized. It supports artists and actors and dreamers. And so I love showing that off when I do my tours. I don't show people Nightcrawler, Boys in the Hood, Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
It's just La La Land is where I live.
Nice.
And so I love watching that movie. I've always enjoyed it every single time I've seen it. But as far as what's new out there, I went to see a movie called The Furious. Ooh. And that is a martial arts movie. There's a child trafficking ring, and one guy, his daughter has been taken, and then a reporter looking into it has disappeared. So the father and the husband of the reporter kicked the hell out of everybody in Hong Kong.
Oh nice. My God.
And it's just awesome.
I love it.
It's great.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it is.
I
like
love it.
Judo and Chinese wushu and all sorts of crazy martial arts. Just huge sequence. It's like literally 10 minutes of dialogue and then fighting for 2 hours.
Oh my God.
I love it.
So much fun.
Yeah, and by the time this comes out, it'll probably be streaming, so check it out.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to Spider-Man or Spider Noir. I love it so much, not just because it's so much fun, but because it pays so much homage to film noir, which I absolutely love. It made me also then turn around and immediately watch Werewolf by Night, which I don't, from a few years ago. I'm sure Paul's seen it. I don't know if you saw it. It was a Marvel movie. It was released. Was it actually released on Halloween, or was it just in October? They just dropped it.
Sure.
There was no one knew this was coming. Instantly, Marvel had a special presentation, and it's it's less than 90 minutes. I want to say it's an hour 20, and it's just so spectacular. It's an old school monster movie done modern day, kind of, and it's just so great, so wonderful, so fantastic. I will say, when watching either Spider Noir or watching Werewolf by Night, don't watch it in color. Watch it in black and white.
Yep, I agree.
That's how they shot it.
I agree.
Honestly, it'll take some getting used to, but you will appreciate it more if you watch it in black and white.
Right.
Yeah, it's just great.
And directed by Michael Giacchino, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Wait, are you
Werewolf by Night.
serious?
Yeah.
The composer?
Uh-huh.
What? Can I just tell you that I love that? And here's one of the things, and we're extending this show. This is the longest show we've ever done.
16 minutes.
But I'm going to tell you
4 more
something.
minutes.
One of the things I love about that is I feel like as a creative person, as an artist, one of the things I've struggled with is that I feel like people like to pigeonhole us.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, you do one thing, or you get cast in one thing, or you whatever, and it's like, oh, you do this, or you're an editor, or you do the voice of Donkey, or you do this show over here, or you do musical theater, or you're a host, or you're whatever, and they don't see you as anything other than that one thing.
Yeah.
And that has always frustrated me, and I've always felt like this pressure to like, I have to choose one thing, and I've hated that. I don't want to choose one thing because I love writing, and I love singing, and I love acting, and I love doing all of these different things.
Yeah.
And it's very it's very heartening, I guess, to hear that someone has like literally gone from, because Michael Giacchino is honestly one of my favorite composers. I think he's brilliant. I would term him as the sort of almost the new John Williams in some ways. He's absolutely brilliant. So to hear that he's directing is
Did he do the
exciting.
score for this Far From Home?
It's
really good.
Think
and it had
he
a
did.
theme, which makes me think it is.
Are you doing it?
I'm looking it up.
Okay.
But it got him some capital to where now he is going to direct a remake of Them, the old giant ant movie.
Oh,
from back in the day.
my
So
goodness.
Michael Giacchino, slide.
Wow.
Well, John Ottman, one of the great editors, always scored the movies he edited, which I thought was very interesting. Then he won an Oscar for Bohemian Rhapsody. Now I think he's directing as well.
I mean, I love hearing these stories. You know, there's a lot of times where I feel like people get scared. Like they feel like, well, you can't really do these things. You can't really actually be a DP and be an actor. And it's like, no, you can do those things. Yeah, maybe, maybe there's certain DPs or certain actors, whatever, but like, why can't you be interested in both of these things? Why can't you think that they're both artistic and fascinating and ways to tell a story and something that you're interested in? Why can't you be passionate about it? I don't know. What'd you find out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Composer for Spider-Man Far From Home is the Academy Award and Grammy-winning musician Michael Giacchino.
Well,
yeah, it was a great score. It had a theme.
Giacchino.
I can't remember right now. It's coming to me as the official Silvestri Avengers score. But I appreciate that fact that he brought a theme to it because.
Oh yeah. I always go back to Rogue One. Rogue One is an absolutely beautiful score, and he replaced a composer that was the original composer on that, like at the last minute, and just it's such a beautiful score. He just did such a great job. I've talked about that anyway. So if you want to find us, you can find us on the socials. CountdownMovieShow.com.
Wait, I have one more thing.
I'm kidding.
All right, that's it, everybody. Thanks for listening. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.